Um, Consequences.
Lovely.
When will you realize your actions have consequences?
We are live.
All right. Awesome. Well, I guess it actually was last week, wasn't it?
Wow,
played.
look at us, 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
Heck yeah.
First in a while. So last week, you find yourselves at the end of the fight with the Dreadbringer. Remembering suddenly what you guys had come there for, you tried searching for this artifact, only to find that the Githyanki individual who had joined you in this underground whatever it is got it first. And yes, earthquake, and then dimension door out of there. You found yourselves trying to figure out what to do next after dispelling the earthquake, Donko rushing out, and it still boggles my mind, but basically one-shotting the
A major
villain who was supposed to
antagonist.
the villain who was supposed to return later on and be this repeating
The old
bad guy,
BBEG
but
killer.
yeah, no, but you very, very efficiently splatted and then charred his corpse to ash. And then scooped it all into your bag of holding. Found that the city had fallen. The walls were destroyed by some massive construct. And a small group of survivors were fighting for their lives in the Midtown Float, the very center of the city. To destroying a bridge with, was it 10 or 12
Head bombs.
Head bombs. Thank you. That is
The
a
old
very
return to
wrong
senders.
That's a very wrong way to say that. Head bombs.
Return to senders.
You gather everyone together and said, all right, we have 6 seconds to get the crap out of here. Casting teleportation circle, and everyone vanishing before you teleport.
And then putting guys in bags of holding as well so that they wouldn't die.
Oh, that's right, yes. Escaping with all barely 100 individuals left of this city, which had once held thousands. You find yourselves, after pulling the people out of your bags of holding and making sure that they're okay and everyone's fine, you find yourselves in this pentagonal room, big, large room, wide or tall ceilings that vault 20, 30 feet up, pillars up each corner, marked with glowing bright blue runes. As doors on the opposite side of the chamber burst open, and a voice shouts out, "Wait, what the? Who are? What is going on?" Smell of smoke still permeates in the air wafting off of the refugees around you.
Charles, immediately recognizing where he is.
Yes, you've been in this room several times, although you've never actually used the teleportation circle here.
Charles is going to make his way through the crowd. Like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon, excuse me. Hello. We are a large group of refugees from the continent of Okaria, which is under siege by an extraplanar threat.
Mr. Goodman
In the flesh.
is
Uh,
you look out and you see Lady Lonnie,
I don't have
the
my
dean,
notes out. Give me a sec.
the otherwise known as the Dean of the Crescent Moon.
Dean of the Crescent Moon. All right, one sec.
You've taken one or two of her classes here. She's a half-elf woman, curly, fuzzy hair that kind of just poofs up around her head. Very like brave style, but dark brown. She has big, big, thick glasses. Normally, what you would recognize as like a kind of a mousy individual, but seeming to maybe have grown in a little bit of confidence recently for some reason. She like adjusts her spectacles and looks very confused, looking around.
Okay, could you say her name again?
Lady Kalani. Kalani.
Kehlani. All right, there we
House,
go.
House Stroudle's dean.
Right.
The Straddle dean.
Lady Kalani, you look wonderful today. Or tonight, whatever time it is. Would you please help me shepherd this large group of refugees out of this room and into perhaps a more comfier location?
Refugees?
Yes. Did you not hear
What
the
is-
extraplanar threat that I mentioned earlier?
I don't. I'm not,
I can explain everything very quickly.
she's all freaking out right now. What is up, Chance?
Oh, Chance is walking through the crowd as well and shows up, and Chance is going to be like, Charles, save the extraplanar threat for later. Right now, we need to take care of the refugees.
That's what I'm saying. I need that. Well, yeah, I know. That's why I asked if we can escort this large group of people to a more comfy location.
Main hall. I'll go get the other deans. She looks at you, confused, and almost
I don't
disbelieving.
look anything like she last saw me.
No, not at all.
Nothing. The Charles she knew was clean, presentable.
You're currently covered in blood, I believe, aren't you?
Yes.
I wouldn't
How low's your HP?
Oh well. Oh yeah, I've got about. It's like, yeah, I guess I do have a large gash in my chest from. No,
Large
it's
gash.
burnt. It's burned because it was the explosion from the Dreadbringer. So
You're covered in soot and ash. You have a lot of that ash in your hair, and you guys look worse for wear.
it's like I'll say I will explain everything in a short minute, but first let
Great,
us focus on
large,
the group.
main hall, please. She points behind you. Let me
Everyone, please follow me.
do this.
Ooh.
Hmm.
You've
So
been to
you
the College of
guys-
Winterhold.
Are up here. This area is considered campus. You've come out of this this like middle pinnacle almost that spirals up. Charles, you know that it is rigged that whenever somebody uses the teleportation circle inside, a blue flash of light spirals up it and shoots up into the sky. The cast iron and wrought iron building behind you, or where you guys are moving towards the Great Hall, is the central gathering spot for the college itself.
What is
Charles, it's
that?
weird.
Where is that exactly?
This black building right here,
Is the central? Is that the main hall?
that is the main hall.
Okay, got it.
Or the main hall plus like custodial and other offices and things like
What
that.
time of day is it? I have no idea.
Look up, and it is middle of the night.
Got it. Great. Perfect. Great.
The moon is low on the horizon. You're
Have
not
the
sure
beans
if
in a
it's
great mood.
early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're not sure if it's early in the night or the moon's about to set and the sun's about to come up. You're not sure. But it is middle of the night. And for being a college or university campus, it is silent here. Which makes you think that it is even later than you could imagine it is.
4 a.m. maybe.
Maybe. You see a couple of floating and glowing blue crystals on either side, 20, 30 feet tall, as you head towards the main hall. The doors are open, as they always are, and you find yourselves in... Imagine a... The only way I can describe this is a Hogwarts-style grand hall, but wider, taller, with an actual ceiling, and instead of rows of tables, there are rounds, like big round tables scattered throughout it. The refugees, not really knowing what else to do, follow you in to the main hall and find themselves sitting at random tables with families or whatever family is left. You see the group of Winter's Hearth guards with... Oh, darn it. Where's my notes? Captain... Someone gets those notes before me, please tell me. Okay. Captain Dorvo, who you never actually learned his name, I just remembered.
I thought we did. I thought we. No, we were. It was such an emergency.
It was, yeah. So, Captain Dorvo, who is the highest ranking officer in whatever's left, the 15 soldiers that are left, they kind of huddle up in the corner, some of them sitting down, hands in their heads, or heads in their hands. Others look distant and with hollow expressions. The captain walks up to you guys. Okay, well now we have a bit of time to breathe.
Indeed.
Who are you? And where the heck are we?
All right. Well, we are in... Oh, frick. I had the name of the... It starts with a B. Charles knows this, but I don't.
Baropolis.
Baropolis. We are in Baropolis, within the Vreneth Kingdom, semi-close to the capital, which is called... What again, Josh?
Elysia.
Elysia. Approximately, I don't know, a week's journey from where Winter's Hearth was by boat, or 2 weeks. Am I right in that?
Fast as a ship travel.
I just thought Malpry was like a 2-week journey back to Ocoria.
Well, Malpry was a 2-month. No, it was... Oh yeah, 2-month journey.
If I could see the map of the world, then I could probably get a guesstimate.
Yeah.
So
average ship in the 18th century was 12 to 14 knots.
Which is...
about 2 miles per hour.
That's slow.
A sailing ship.
16 miles per hour.
Okay,
14 knots is 16 miles per hour.
there it is. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Average is 5 to 8, and then frigates could do up to 14.
Okay.
Slow.
So,
They're slow.
yeah, pretty darn slow. Probably actually about the same distance as Malpry. Right
Okay,
now.
2 months journey down. You are within the walls of the College of Blue Light. And yeah, that's about all. We are
the Sentinels.
We are the Sentinels. We are a group of adventurers employed and based originally out of Feyheim, and we are currently the world's best hope at countering this threat that plagues our world. I think that
Okay.
sums it out about correctly, would you say?
Unless there's other adventures out there we don't know about.
That would be really great if we could get their help. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you really so much for getting us
We had hoped to have done more, but
Yes.
getting us out.
We were we arrived in the city earlier before the siege went more south. There was a attack on the walls on the eastern side.
Northeastern.
Northeastern side. That we helped repel, and we were able to enable the soldiers to rebuild the wall. We then received let's say, an anonymous tip, or a tip from one of our sources that we have, that the Gith army, or the Yugoloth army that is controlled by the Gith, was trying to get an artifact within the city, within some sort of ruin. We located the ruin, immediately made our way into there, got very hurt, had to rest up because our bodies would fall apart if we kept continuing. And I do believe that rest is what cost us the city. Because if we had been able to get out earlier, we would have been attempted, at least, to help defend it.
What cost the city was stupidity on our leaders' parts.
there's no accounting for that, unfortunately.
What was that?
Should have evacuated as soon as that dragon left.
Oh yeah, I did that. I know that's hard to believe. I'm saying a lot of really, really, really big things right now.
Yes, no, there's I don't understand half of what you just said, but
Your world's getting bigger, Captain.
believing that you
Do
guys
we call you
got
something
rid of
else?
that dragon. Believing that you guys got rid of the dragon isn't isn't the craziest thing I've seen said today. All right, I think I'm gonna go.
Please find a place to rest. Take whatever cushions you can find and just rest.
Your name, Captain, in case we need to find you again.
Apologies, it's so crazy. I am Captain Dorvo.
Dorvo. I'm Charles Goodman.
Dorvo?
Dorveaux.
Ooh, fancy.
Eaux. Captain Dorvo. Last surviving captain of the god of, what was that city called again? Winter's Hearth.
Don't even have the decency to remember the city's name.
Okay, that's in there.
Well, as soon as you can know what we can do and where we can find ourselves here, our people, or whoever's left, we can hopefully find them some places to live, some places to at least stay
If
while we figure.
if any of these people have family, well, tomorrow we should be able, or even once we get enough materials, we should be able to send you all through teleportation circle less hastily to wherever in the world would be best for your refuginess. Maybe Feyheim if it's still up.
That is a word I know. I've been to Feyheim a couple of times. It's a nice place.
It is very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
I gotta turn off my camera for a bit, but I will.
Okay. Get some rest, Captain.
Right. Let me
These
know
are these
when
are
you
your
can.
people now, and you need to be well. Take care of them.
Let me know what you guys find out.
We'll do what we can.
Mhm. We may need you to testify to whoever we find here of the events that we're saying are actually true. I believe 100 witnesses is a pretty good standard starting point.
I'd say that gives us a good chance this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they might not have, they might believe us this time.
This time.
Unlike
Okay.
last time.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some rest. If you find anything out, wake me and let me know, okay?
Yes,
Of course.
And he heads off
Well.
to his men and kind of grabs a pillow off one of the benches and curls up in the corner.
Hmm.
Up and helping
Charles.
someone out.
Yes.
Where
kinda
can I
wanna know.
find some meat?
It has been a while since we've eaten. I'd like to say we skipped 2 meals, or something along those lines. At
I
least
have
real meals.
a book, some very charred Githyanki.
I have rations for. I have 5 days worth of rations if we can't get any food immediately.
Yeah.
Are you
That
guys
might be healthier than some.
Are you guys
burnt
just
Githyanki.
standing around? Or are you sitting at a table? What are you guys doing?
I'm waiting for the deans to show up wherever they said they would show up. Also, how much platinum do we each have after we split it all?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that right now. I have in my bag a total of 1,300 platinum. So that
1,300 divided
is
by 5.
calculator.
Wait,
Got it.
where did you?
260
We-
platinum or 2,600 gold each.
260
Well-
platinum each. You said.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chance is going to be like, wait, where did you guys get that?
We all
don't
got
remember.
it. Oh no, we do remember. You weren't there. I totally forgot. We went to my good friend, the ancient giant black dragon. Gosh, why can't I remember her name?
Right. That
I'm
was.
sorry.
It felt
Josh,
like
I'm sorry I don't
months
remember
ago.
everything. I don't take notes so well.
It's all good. Audra.
Audra, right, yes. Audra. We went to my good friend, the ancient black pacifist dragon, Audra. She was really sick. She tried to kill us. We cured her by some miracle. And we then proceeded to take a large portion of her hoard.
Yes, that she reluctantly but gracefully.
She is a
gifted
dragon,
us.
she's a very strange dragon, a dragon who tries to go against her nature. So it was a good exercise, but still painful.
Yeah. Proud of her.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that was yesterday morning, by the way.
That was yesterday morning, by the
Oh
way.
man, that felt like months ago.
Like it. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't never really told you guys where I had gone either.
No, we didn't really have the chance to catch up.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't really have the chance. Oh,
yeah. Well, let's see if I remember right. I
Real quick before you get into that chance, Wrath, are you standing up? Or are you gonna find a seat while he's telling the story?
So I'm gonna announce and then go wander off. Then I'm gonna look for food.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh no. Wait, does Charles see him
What?
going out getting food?
he did announce it.
Okay.
He did announce it.
Would someone please, Chance, I trust you the most would you please keep up with Wrath? Make sure he doesn't do anything that would put us in a worse position than we already are?
I'm not a child, Charles.
You know what? You're right. Never mind. I
Now,
trust
where
you.
are my snacky snacks?
I trust you. I trust you, Wrath.
Wait, do you trust him or not?
I do. I trust Wrath. We've been through everything. Since the freaking beginning. He's got it.
Okay.
Wrath, you go and look for food.
You have like 2,300 gold in your pocket, so it's not going to be too hard.
And honestly, you're walking around in this massive hall filled with refugees and tables. There are lights on every wall, sconces that are burning blue flame. You wander the hall for just a minute or so before taking a seat at a table and kind of grumbling to yourself, and I would really, really love some meat. You close your eyes for just a brief second, open them, and in front of you on the table is a platter of turkey legs, of sausages, of bacon, of whole chicken, and a little note that says, didn't specify what kind of meat. Enjoy.
So immediately then, I will close my eyes again and think the same thought.
Not even specifying again?
You think the same thoughts. Open your eyes, and there's nothing new except for a little note right next to your hand. As you pick it up and read it, it says, I can't hear your thoughts. You might as well just say it out loud.
Then I'll yell, I want some meat!
And without even closing your eyes, you can see apparating onto this pretty large, like 10 foot by 10 foot in diameter circular table. The entire thing is now just one platter of meat.
Oh my gosh.
Of all sorts.
Did Wrath
I'm
die
gonna start to
and
like
go to heaven?
hyperventilate.
How far is Wrath away from the main group?
From you guys, he's probably only about 30, 40 feet. You definitely hear them shout out, and a lot of the refugees look over as this happens. A few of them get wide eyes, and some of them kind of move forward as if they're going to go for the meat. Then they see the bugbear sitting there, and then they turn and back away.
No.
I'll give them all a
he's,
dirty look.
He's
too.
friendly. Here. Does Charles know about this?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
All
Charles.
you gotta do is sit down at the table, say what you want, and the magical enchanted kitchens down below will immediately make it and send it up here for you.
Everyone, if you are hungry, please go sit at a table and simply state aloud what you are hungry for, and it shall be made for you post-haste. Charles is actually
Here-
gonna cast thaumaturgy, because he has that now, and do that.
Yeah,
Alright.
boy.
Like, basically, it's gonna be like an announcer. Hello, everyone! And he'll say that.
Here's-
back. We'll be landing shortly. Thank you for flying Air Charles.
It almost sounds like, when you're playing an old record that's just someone speaking. For some reason, your thaumaturgy makes that sound in the background.
Amazing.
And as
And that-
everyone starts to speak the food or the drink or whatever they're needing in front of, they're sitting at the tables, an amazing aroma of food wafts through the entirety of the main hall. And spirits are lifted a little bit.
Can that make anything, Charles?
No, just food.
Ah,
Sorry. You could ask
Anyway.
for, I don't know, some water, pour it on yourself, or I don't know.
I'm gonna sit down and ask for mead.
A decent tankard of mead appears in front of you with a little card hanging off the handle that says, "Thank you for your request. Enjoy."
Charles is gonna sit.
Never
like,
know.
he-
Splash.
Charles is gonna sit down and he's going to ask for exactly what he asks when he needs a pick me up. He's gonna ask for the strongest cup of coffee they can make.
Small, very small glass appears in front of you with a card next to it. You open it up and it says, "Oh, welcome back, Charles. That's your favorite."
Thank you. Oh my goodness. He'll shoot it down and just wait
Time
for the
ceases to
caffeine
be.
to kick in, because he is tired and he just needs something to get him through this explanation to the deans, and then he's gonna pass out.
All right.
Yes,
Chance,
I'll tell
you
my
can
story
continue
later.
Well,
you can
no,
do your story
you
if
can
you'd
tell your
like.
story now. We're just relaxing. So
Okay.
Deans aren't here yet.
All right. Well, basically, what had happened was I decided to try one of my teleportation circle runes, and it turned out to be, what was the name of that port city that I needed to get to?
You're making me go through all my notes tonight.
the port city that you needed to get to. We'll just say that for now.
Okay, well, it was the city where I was originally taking the bag of holding for my other task.
Okay.
But after I got there and investigated, it turns out someone else
Lerwick.
had found it. What?
Lerwick.
Lyric.
Lerwick,
Right.
that's the city. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. So it was Lyric. Turns out someone else had grabbed the bag of holding and delivered it for me after I disappeared. So after resting a bit I showed up in Winter's Hearth. I also remembered recently I still need to deliver that letter to my father at some point.
Yes.
But
Well,
that's like going to be a journey of its own, probably.
potentially, especially if the world ends, that'll be especially difficult.
Not
Yeah.
impossible, one might say, but not completely impossible.
Okay. I think that's it for me. I'm just gonna have some grilled fish and apple juice. I don't even know if those go together well.
Find out in a minute.
For chance, they do.
A beautiful section of what looks like some sort of deep sea fish appears on a platter. It's got some garnish on it. You'd smell the fragrant and very, very delicious smelling.
Question, Josh. Does using these services cost money? Because if so, Charles is prepared to pay for everyone.
No, this one doesn't.
Okay,
This
thank
is,
goodness. Because I thought I was
this
just
is
about to get
part
a
of the-
giant tab of 100 people's food.
4,000 gold.
Yeah, no. Okay, food doesn't cost that much in D&D. Gold is $100.
Magic food.
Oh,
It's magic
Um,
food. Yeah.
magic food should cost less.
No. Supply and
No,
demand,
no,
Max. Supply and demand.
But no, the fish smells good, and you see it's not just apple juice. It's like an apple juice in a martini glass. And it may have something a little stronger in it. You're not sure. It doesn't. It's just apple juice.
Okay.
But yeah, food is served magically. The night continues until you can see out the doors. The hint of dawn is peeking in. The sky is turning the dark purple to the orange to the blue, and the six individuals, the six deans of college at this point enter. A lot of the families or people, the survivors around, have kind of huddled up after food and are using each other for pillows, using other pillows, and falling asleep. It's been a harrowing night. These six individuals, six very familiar people, walk into you, Charles. You see several. For those of you who don't recognize them, you see an elf, long, golden blonde hair that travels all the way down her back. You see a tall, green-scaled dragonborn, um, a human individual with a big, scruffy beard, another elf woman with shorter brown hair, sharp features, a very short individual, halfling, who is scowling. He's got a permanent scowl on his face. And then the last elf of the group, who has kind of long black hair that's braided down the side, wearing green and brown robes. She's the one that walks up with a warm smile on her face and looks straight at Charles.
You said the halfling was scowling, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Just double checking.
Like perpetually scowling with like frown lines and everything, or
He's scowling at this moment. You're
Okay.
not sure. He definitely has frown lines.
With your insight, you can definitely tell he's not angry all the time, just right now.
just right now. Okay,
He's-
all right, yeah.
he as soon as he passive insight, as soon as he sees Charles, the frown and scowl deepen even more. Kaylana walks up to you, Charles. Charles, you are alive and you don't look very good. Not
No.
to be.
Oh my gosh.
no.
Yes. Charles is going to cast Prestidigitation twice in front of everybody to clean himself up.
You know, I should probably handle that for the rest of us. Chance is gonna go ahead and use that as well.
Okay. As you
Donko gets
kinda
dirtier.
help each other clean each other up, she nods and looks like you found some magic after all, hey?
Oh, just a little bit, I'd say, or a lot. It's hard to say. I still have my staff in my hand, by the way. Don't know if any of them
Absolutely.
recognize that as scholars immediately.
They're not really focused on that at the moment. A lot
Right,
of them are
that's
looking
true.
around at the refugees, and Milo shouts out, "All right, boy, tell us what kind of trouble you got yourself into this time."
Oh, I'm here to deliver my report on my expedition, actually. Also, everything else that happened after that.
Yeah, we got your report 6 months back.
What do you mean?
You didn't return.
Oh, that's fair. That's true.
Did.
Though I will say that wasn't entirely my fault. Getting teleported halfway across the planet will do that to you, you know?
Ilana's eyes go wide. That sounds like quite a story.
Yes, have you ever been to Ocoria Feyheim? I made a lot of good friends there. It
Not
was much...
fair.
Hello.
And she kind of looks past at each of you and let us move to the audience chamber and we'll hear your full report, I guess. Your friends are welcome to join, at least assuming the bugbear is with you too.
I think he'd rather stay with his food right now. He is a little tired.
He put that chicken in his mouth whole. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. He's a strong one,
Okay.
that one.
I'm
Let
not
me...
sure I'd call that strong.
Yes, here. If we have a private chamber, did you say did they wanted to go to a private chamber, or?
Yeah, they lead you guys over past some of the tables into a hallway. Leads you down into kind of a bigger chamber with another circular table with seats surrounding it. They gesture to each of you and find seats. Whoever wants to come in there. They find seats on the opposite side, and the elf in the green and brown looks at the rest of you, and I think we should at least introduce ourselves so that your friends Charles know who we are. My name is Kaylana Valna. I am Dean of Etrigene's house, the House of Etrigene, here at the college.
Josh, real quick, I'm going to paste in general the quick reference for all of them.
Please and thank you. So I don't have to
Yes.
write them all down.
The halfling goes, "Name is Milo." The bespectacled woman with the frizzy hair kind of bows her head, and I am Kehlani, Dean of House Straddle. The human individual, Brennan. Brennan Yal. Good to meet you all. Dragonborn looks at each of you, kind of narrowing his eyes just to get a good beat on on you all. Rex. And then he turns just kind of awkwardly over to the last individual, and the last elven woman goes, "My name is Ethel Ingerton. Nice to meet you all."
Right. Charles is not Charles won't say right out immediately. Charles is going to mentally communicate to the group real quick. Like, we met her husband in the islands. Just don't bring it up.
Which
Which islands?
Iris?
Malpry. The was he
Was he the shady guy?
Was he a half orc?
Or right, he was
And
the
a
friend you
half-orc
met.
individual.
Right.
Oh, Charles's friend that was in Mount Pry?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
Okay.
at least
Don't bring it
former
up.
wife.
Got it.
Well, she's still going by his last name apparently.
That's
so
true. Oh, maybe not then.
Who knows what's going on there?
Something's happening.
Kulana, once everyone's, all of them have introduced themselves. Now, please tell us who you are, and no offense, Charles, but why you have brought this collection, this group here. Ilani told us something about refugees from Korea.
Yes.
What's
Winter's
happening?
Hearth.
I will
Winter's Hearth to be specific.
attempt to relate to you the shorter version. And it's probably going to take like a half hour. Charles is
that's
just
fair.
like
Flash forward, so that's all.
like I don't want to spend half an hour like I'm going to
yeah.
and to aid me in my visual storytelling as Charles would love to, because I still have 3 spell slots out of my 3 spell slots. I'm going to cast Major Image.
I don't
And
know how you did that, but okay.
I've been using my staff for everything. It is tapped.
That's fair.
Anyway,
As
yes.
you relate your journeys and the issues that have been going on in Okoria, finding of the Githyanki armies.
I'm definitely going to start with, so I was at my expedition, everything was going great, and then I was teleported halfway across the continent. That's where I'm starting.
Okay.
Immediately decided that I needed to acquire resources so that I could make my journey back somehow. Without magic, that would be very difficult, and especially in a podunk town. And then, yeah, like all like the going to Feyheim, talking about like kind of just talking about becoming heroes there. Gorgatiel, I'm gonna tell them about all of that, basically.
You're laying all cards on the table.
Yeah, just
Might as well.
Just honestly, like, there's nothing to hide at this point. There's nothing that Charles would omit.
Other than that we saw Iris.
Yeah, that's the only part.
Fair enough. As you finish the tale, it doesn't go a half hour long. It goes more like 45 minutes long.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. Somewhere half hour. I didn't want to say an hour because I feel like that'd be like.
I mean, that's the length of a short rest.
You see each of them Sometimes they ask clarifying questions, but most of the time they're quiet. They are deliberate listeners, and you know this of them. They hear petitions and things like that every day, and they have to figure out what to listen for to find truth. And you see as your story progresses.
Oh, wait, can I retcon something real quick?
Sure.
At the very beginning, I want to say, hello, my name is Charles Goodman. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Milo automatically gets just he's not a happy individual when you're starting this.
That's how I'm starting it. Anyway, then I go into the
You do
seriousness of everything.
you do watch though as your story progresses that Milo gets confused, a confused look on his face, a worried look, and then
And I hope Charles
the other,
includes enough detail to the point where it's like it's clear he's not making this up. Especially with like
right, and they're good. They're perceptive enough to know when someone is flat out lying to them and when someone is stretching the truth and all of that. And as the story ends,
and that is how we ended up here with 100 refugees from Winter's Hearth.
does any of you speak Halfling?
I might. Let me see.
I know Michael.
I speak a lot.
Castle does.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Chan,
Don't speak
Chan,
Halfling?
No.
No, I speak gnome.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, I speak
Chance,
gnome because Tarog, but that's it.
Chance knows halfling.
No Halfling?
Yeah.
He lets out a curse that is similar to just F-bombing. And
Charles doesn't need to know halfling to understand what he's saying.
well, no, not at all.
He's heard him say it before.
At you, yes.
Yeah.
Tracks the Dragonborn. Let's out a deep sigh and oh, that sounds suckish, to be honest.
It's been quite a ride.
I am only standing here right now because I got a very nice hot cup of coffee that I usually get out in the hall. That energy will run out though, and I will need to collapse on the ground pretty soon here.
We need to send this to the king. This information needs to be given so that if Okoria does fall, the rest of us can
That's
prepare.
another part of the reason why I'm here, or at least why I believe the patron that I have sent me here. I think we need some outside help if we're going to make the world not be raised in flames
If we don't do
of
something
extraplanar
immediately,
gif.
Aquaria will fall.
And then
shortly.
Unaria, and then everything else until there is no life on the planet.
Do you know the extent of this Yugoloth army?
Unprecedented.
I just realized Major Image only lasts 10 minutes, doesn't it?
So you would have cast it 3 times, the most important parts.
No, I would have cast it 3 times and used my extended spell to make it last 20 minutes. So total of 50 minutes. So Charles will manipulate his major image, which has been in the center, I assume, to display exactly what we saw in the the astral plane.
Oh, right.
We did see them. Yeah.
We saw it.
Did. You're right.
It'll have everything. It'll have the tiny Charles on the balcony with Wrath and
We're talking planetary
tracks.
genocide.
Trax kind of stands up and leans forward, looking at it. And if this is indeed the entire force, looks to the other deans. We're looking at not that many. This is what? Maybe there's like quick calculations in his head. 120, 140,000 units, soldiers, whatever the heck they are.
Ugoloths,
This
and
is-
Charles will expand one to, and this is what the size of some of them, and he'll basically expand one of the biggest ones. Fiend.
Right.
There's also dragons,
Oh yeah, they have those too.
several of them, and all the mind flayers, and I mean all the Githyanki.
Not pictured.
Do any of us besides Donko know about the giant construct?
Did I actually
You
see the
guys all-
construct, or just saw the aftermath?
Charles or Dunko, you saw the construct before it attacked the wall.
Mm.
It was traveling towards the wall when you were in bird form flying around. You also saw it.
When we say construct, are we
destroying-
talking siege weaponry or like big robot?
Siege weaponry.
Okay.
Imagine a siege weapon the size of 4 or 5 buildings.
Like the big boar from Lord of the Rings.
Bigger.
Bigger.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
bigger than that.
All right.
Enough to
Horrifying.
annihilate a wall.
Okay.
A 20, 30-foot wall.
What was that thing's name? Like Gra something. Gra.
Yeah, it's just like Grog or Groth or
Do we know the enemy is called the Cult of Zacidus? I'm assuming we do.
Yes, I
Okay.
believe
I
That'll
have
be
several
included in my
journals at this
stories.
point with their
I believe
details.
what's his bucket?
Githyanki
Soul
General?
Flame told you about that.
Hmm.
So this cult has these numbers and whatever numbers they get to have in their fortress. Of course, they're still.
We also told them
hundreds
about
of thousands.
the oh my gosh, come on, brain. There was an army. They were taking over one of the local governments on that same continent, right? On the other side of the mountain.
Well, we don't know that.
Oh,
Yeah, we found out about that.
We found out about it, but we don't know if it's like actually the Gith.
Or if it's just coincidence.
Yeah, we just assumed. But
Cliffhold is that what that
That
was
one,
the area.
yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
City states of Cliffhold. Either way, we need to warn. We need to warn the king. We need to get our people prepared and ready, just in case.
Yes.
It sucks that we are also at war at the moment.
About that, what's the deal?
Yes, I only heard about that on passing. Not a lot of information goes across 2 months of boat, if you know what I'm saying. I only heard that the war
Yeah.
started.
We don't know specifics, but there's always been a few border skirmishes.
Do you think if they heard what was going on, they might like chillax a bit? Or are they like totally unreasonable barbarian types?
That would be up to the king, since he is the one who has declared war.
Oh. Okay.
Kulana chimes in. Yes, well, that will be difficult to find him since he is also on the front lines. But we can send word as best we can to his ruling council and those who he has left in his stead to rule. but for now, you all need some rest. I think this might
Actually,
be a good place for you to rest, to be away from prying eyes and away from the those who may look in on you. And
I
she,
could find the king for you tomorrow morning, and I could probably get us, or we could probably get you there immediately.
well, I will tell you, it is morning.
After I sleep, I mean.
Yes, yes. She waves her hands, and runes appear around and follow her finger as she traces something in the air in front of her, and a doorway opens up against the wall on one side.
Love that spell.
Please
Alright.
enjoy the decor. I thought it fitting for some adventurers, but still is, I think, plush enough that you can enjoy a night's rest.
Actually, if I may, could I have access to a library?
We have the um, yeah, I think we could do that.
Okay. Because I don't actually
Um,
need to sleep per se, so I'd like to get some light reading done.
sure, we will give you. And she pulls out a little card about this big
A library card.
and hands it over to you, and it says on it simply uh, uh, Telestrum guest pass.
That'll do. So just for the sake of time, what I want to do, I want to see if it's okay. Instead of like actively reading, I just want to lay out a bunch of books and kind of passively read important tidbits on things of the area while I'm resting. Is that something because I can technically be aware of my surroundings when I rest.
You
So
still technically need to be in some form of trance
yeah, so I want to
for
lay
that
out a bunch
review.
of books
I
around
don't know
me
if it's a
and then
trance.
trance moment. And yeah, kind of you
Because
do
Because
kind of go
elves
into a
trance, but
stasis.
yeah,
Um,
elves do trance.
Warforged, I'm pretty sure it's just they stop moving.
Yeah, I'll read the specifics. 'Cause I didn't check first.
Sentries rest. When you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but don't render doesn't but it doesn't render you unconscious. You can still see and hear as normal.
So,
Yeah, so I just
You know what?
any book with like single
Ryan,
pages
you can use
mm,
Albert
to turn
to
my pages.
pages
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
with your mind.
I'll have
You know
Albert
what?
just
I'll
bring me
allow it.
books that he likes or that he thinks are interesting on the. I want topography,
Here's the
cultural
question.
history, things like that.
Here's the question.
hmm
Can Albert read?
I can see through his eyes.
That has to be an action, though, doesn't
Is
it?
it an
I
action?
would just
Oh,
say before you go, you just make a big stack. You
I
collect a
could
big
just make a
stack of
big stack.
books, and then tell
Yeah.
him next one, next
Yeah.
one.
So
Or
I don't need you to give me a bunch of detail currently. This is just for the sake of my Sage background, so I can access it later. Just
or
topography, history, um, the state of the kingdom, politics, like the basic things that I don't know about this continent because I've never been here. And then if they have any books on, um,
Charles will
you know,
ask him specifically to find potentially, if he can, books on Winter's Hearth and its history and what was below it
okay,
and everything.
yeah,
If we can find anything.
okay. I'll say that is something you can easily do. Yep.
cool, cool.
It takes you a bit of prep work, but you manage to get yourself. You won't be able to, unfortunately, take the books outside of the library.
No, it's fine. I'll just sleep in the
Yes,
library.
but you can find yourself a nice corner, set out a couple of tables, and do your creepy. your creepy meditative reading there.
I like it. I don't know why I didn't think of
Oh.
doing this sooner.
We haven't
So-
been access to a library in like forever.
It has been a long time.
It has-
Yeah.
That is true.
So that's a long
Um,
rest. Heck yeah.
All right, long rest.
Rest of you who are moving into this magical door.
I'm gonna go back out and tell, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go tell Wrath about the accommodations so that he has a place to sleep too.
So you'll walk in and I'll be asleep on my meat.
I
He's
think he's content.
he's laying kind of on the table a little bit. You know, one of those sausage links that link with another and another, like one of the long strands. He's spooning one of those long strands of sausage links. um, for I guess now the three of you, unless Castle wanted to do something else. The three of you walk into this magic door and find a mansion inside. Dark woods, cushy rugs, tapestries hanging from the walls. It looks like it's a single-story structure that spans for probably as far as you can go. But there are three main doors, each leading to a bedroom with a very, very comfy bed, and whatever other accommodations you feel you would want. Magically there for you. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you pass out?
No.
So I didn't catch it. Was Wrath sleeping or was he actively eating?
Maybe both.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Wrath is sleeping in the best place possible. He doesn't need anything else. He has everything that
Okay.
he wants.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
Thanks for your
well.
concern there.
Hans is just gonna shake his head and turn around and head back.
But sleep in whatever form you guys want it to be in. Sleep occurs. Eating, half sleep, half eating, passed out, unconscious in comfort for the first time in what seems like ages, but it's only been about 2 days. Charles,
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
in your dreams, you dream that you are late to class.
Huh.
You rush into the large auditorium. The teacher, unfamiliar, is down at the bottom of this lecture hall. Every other seat is full except for one seat in the dead center of the lecture hall. You remember, oh crap, I have to get to the center seat. And I'm not even wearing pants today. What the heck?
Really? You're giving me one of these dreams? All right.
The no pants dream.
You awkwardly make your way over to that seat, doing the best movie theater scooching in between chairs. Sit down and find there is nobody else in the lecture hall. Teacher, instructor, the professor, whoever it was, is staring at you as wings start to grow from its back. One white and beautiful, feathers, pure as snow. The other, bony, skeletal, a bat's wing without the membrane on it, black. The teacher, hair covering his face, looks up as the hair parts. You can see the face split into half. One half black, one half white. You blink and you are standing on a jagged obsidian field. Red sky overhead, crackling with thunder and lightning.
I'll do a quick pants check.
Large. Answer there.
Thank goodness. All right.
A large red sun beats down on you. Sweat starts to pour down your temples. The individual is still standing kind of down below.
Charles is gonna see if he has any power here. He's just gonna will himself to float down. If anything happens. It is a dream, I don't know.
You find that you can move consciously. You can't float. You might be able to walk down.
Alright. I'll walk down.
Look at your feet and you see steps carved out of the obsidian leading towards this figure, towards your patron. Take a step. Another step starts and steps right next to you. You take the next step and somebody is following perfectly next to you down steps. Want to look over. There's an inexplicable fear of what you would see. You do. Keep going. You stop.
Charles will keep going.
Heedless of whoever is following or whoever is next to you, you keep moving step by step by step, and in tandem, individual follows. You hear more footsteps behind you, your other side. You should be at the bottom by now, but as you look, you're now closer to this figure, to Gorgatiel.
Charles will now look to his side.
You turn to the side. You see the figure of your father walking next to you. You turn to the other side, you see your oldest brother. Turn around, see other people that you don't actually recognize. Each of them stepping in tandem with you. However, none of them turn, none of them look. You turn back towards Gorgatiel. He is right in your face. And you get a feeling, a sense that whatever entity this is smiling. Wide, toothy, jubilant grin. Lightning and thunder crack again. You wake up. a nice cushy bed in the magnificent mansion that your old dean conjured for you. Chance. Your dreams.
You're gonna get a cool space stream with a dragon. What do I get?
A little bit of Eldritch
Uh,
horror.
We shall see.
Chance, your dreams are seemingly pleasant. Walking down a road, familiar road, one that you have walked, that you had walked hundreds, if not dozens, of times. The road is leading to your father's house, your childhood home, built by your parents, your mother and your father. This house of very fine craftsmanship stands for you. The door made of hardwood, painted this vibrant red. Roof shingled, like the other buildings in the area, which are thatched. Something that'll stand up to storms more. You try to walk towards the front door. You find yourself scared. Knowing what you do about your mother now, your father. They both were at one point a member of this same order. Order that you only found out about by seeming chance or happenstance. You're scared, you're nervous to face your father. With that in mind, what does Chance do at this point?
Chance is going to hesitate, but he is going to try and move forward towards the door and towards facing my father anyway. Kind of wondering why the order was such a secret from me.
You are no longer the child that left your home. You have grown, have become strong, and have gone through things that most people couldn't even imagine going through. You have fought seeming demons and devils. You have seen the face of your patron. You have seen the world in its glory and majesty. You take that step forward, and the next one. With a deep, calming breath, you reach out to the door. You wake up in a plush room, a comfy bed. Long rest. Breath. Wrath, your dreams in this
Is Kyle there?
meat-induced coma.
I'm assuming he is, but
Can you not see him?
no. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, the camera was gone. Oh, now it's back. Sorry. Oh, my bad. Sorry to interrupt.
Good. Wrath, your dreams are fitful. The idea is the concept that you could potentially go home, go where you only imagined and remember home to be. The tents, the combat, the constant din of armor being polished and weapons being sharpened, smell of oil and leather, sweat and blood. And then the peace. Peace that you found with your friends. Peace that you found in Misthaven and Feyheim. Juxtaposition between the two lives seems substantial. You can see yourself what could have been if you had not ran away. If you had not lost your memory, if you had fought back against spear and flight. You face that ruthless individual. The Black Mirror. The face looking back at you now, hard. But it's also not trusting. Knowing that even family could turn against you. This opposite wrath, which is his hand out, is clenched in his fist. You see dagger dripping blood. Instinctively, you know it's your father's blood. As this opposite you, this what could have happened, meets your eyes, and grins. You can see each tooth has been sharpened to a point. As this other version of you, with the grin on his face, lunges out at you. Breaks through this black mirror. Before the dagger can be driven into your heart, you wake up. Confused as to where you are, you look around, covered in meat.
Piece of meat still
Spooning.
stuck to his face.
Probably, yeah.
I've either
Spooning some.
died and gone to the afterlife.
Is this heaven?
But also confused as to what all of that is about. And instead of, you know how a dream fades fairly fast? This does not. It sticks with you.
I will solemnly gnaw on the nearest bone of whatever T-bone steak I just went through.
Enough. Um, Castle.
Ooh.
Castle, you don't dream,
No, I do not.
but you remember memories. You think back on the life that you remember, which is less than a year old. Waking up in Tarog's house, his compound, meeting each and every one of your new friends, now seeming like family more than anything else. Everything that you've learned about yourself, about the apparently who you were. Is there anything specific that Castle would dwell on as he is resting in this century's rest right now?
Uh, Probably my friends.
Mm.
What they would have done if they were still alive.
Oh, those friends.
Yeah, those friends.
You think back to everything you know about these individuals. Dromar, Ariel, each of them. And you get a best way to describe it is a sense, a feeling. Feeling that this is what they would do. This mess is familiar. Chaos is this is what they went through, what you went through previously. And figure out what the heck is going on, who's invading, gathering people or armies or weapons from around the world, around Okoria. You get the sense that this story has been told before. Same place, different people, different names. Who knows what the outcome of this one's going to be? Learning from the past, when learning from your yourselves, could turn out vastly different. Good or for ill. That thought stays with you for the rest of your century's rest. Last but not least, Donko. Read. your century's rest, you read many, many books. Not specifically having to look at the book helps. You can just kind of sense the words off the pages and then have Albert turn the pages as necessary. Remind me exactly what you were looking into again.
I just wanted to have basically a backlog of info so I can use my Sage background later. So things like topography, history of the kingdom, but also Charles wanted me to find a book on Winter's Hearth,
what was under
and
Winter's Hearth?
yeah, if there was any like old histories that might have information on the artifact, and if they happen to have like a bestiary on Githyanki, I don't know. You never know.
I
Big
don't
schools.
know. Charles is proud of his college, so I don't know if he'd say like, "Oh yeah, they totally have books on that."
Um, Previous to your rest, you gathered and you asked for help. The
Mhm.
librarians here were very helpful in gathering books and things. And even as you start your rest, some of them bring over more books
Mm,
and place them in the
okay.
pile next to you. Not confused, but understanding what's going on. Um, you do see. Let's start with topography and history of this area.
Okay.
Um, Topography is pretty simple. Um, the peninsula here, the Vrenith Kingdom has made its own, has a very large mountain range in the dead center. It does not seem to be very active volcanically, but it is. There are some very old, very dormant volcanoes scattered throughout it. Um, History wise, the Vrenith Kingdom is maybe 75, 80 years old.
Oh, okay.
Not very old at all, at least in its current state. It used to be split into city states, just its own. Each of
Okay.
the main cities here were their own governed by their own ruling factions, and
Recently
there was a lot
united
of
then.
war. Somebody went through, united them. Uh, the first King Reneth.
Okay.
Neighboring factions or neighboring kingdoms. Wow, Wow, Viel Kingdom to the south, the one that Reneth Kingdom declared war on, uh, has always been a in the history books here. It says that they're a thorn in the Vreneth Kingdom's side, always attacking and trying to gain more of that southern border for themselves. You can take that however you want. History is written by the victors.
Yeah.
Um, it, the recent years, you do find a collection of uh, almost like newspaper clippings, articles, things like that, revolving around about 15, 20, 30 years ago. The College of Blue Light was established to teach and train mages of the empire, of the kingdom.
Okay.
Um, and Barapolis was built around the college. Wasn't the other way around. There was no city here. Someone found this little valley and built the college, and the city kind of grew around it,
Cool.
having its own independent city, but connected to the kingdom. The little bit of history and information that you have about Winter's Hearth doesn't really go back that far. Maybe 100 years or so. Nothing too crazy. Definitely not as old as the ruins you found underneath the city. It talks about trade between the Varaneth Kingdom and Winter's Hearth, and how Winter's Hearth was kind of an intermediary between anything not in Ocoria and anything in Ocoria. The Foreign Empire.
Makes sense.
What's that?
I said makes sense. Yeah.
Just a pure trade city, and even some notable treaties and agreements were ratified, agreed upon, and signed there in Winter's Hearth. One specifically between the Varaneth Kingdom and the Foreign Empire, trading in arcane knowledge,
Okay.
and how they would send mages back and forth to share those secrets, those knowledges with specifically the College of the Blue Light and a place called Arkarnayan, which is supposedly the capital of the Foreign Empire. That's the basic gist of what you read.
No ancient myths.
No, did you read it? Sorry,
Unfortunately,
No magical book that gives me every answer I want.
did you give a mention of Winter's Hearth or anything?
Yeah, that's what he was just describing.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Ugh.
Yeah.
good. I will say there is a brief and relatively recent, within the last year, an article published in the college itself. There was an expedition that went to the southernmost reaches of the, I think it's the Pelham framework. Yeah, they're the Pelham Mountains, almost near the border. And this expedition was well funded, sent by the college to explore some ruins that were reported down there. And it was written in such a way that you weren't sure the exact details or outcome of the ruins, but people who brought this report back were not the same. Most of the same people who left on this expedition. So I went down there, something happened, and some people brought this information back to the college without anything there. You do recognize one of the names as Charles Goodman, as one of those missing from this expedition.
No new details that I wouldn't already know though about it.
How much has Charles told the group?
I don't know. There
Charles
was
wouldn't mention
some...
anybody he worked with. He wouldn't have mentioned, like, because what was important at the time is he put a necklace on and now he's all the way across the world.
I've seen it as well in my very first session in the dream state.
Well, you saw the one chamber.
I saw the one chamber.
You saw the one chamber, yes.
Okay.
This didn't actually mention any specific chambers that anybody went to.
Additional missing people?
It does seem like there were 3 or 4 people that
Ooh.
went missing on this expedition.
Okay.
Really? Okay. Frick.
Good to
Or
know.
at least did not return.
You wouldn't happen to already have written down their names at all.
I will send that to you momentarily.
Yeah. Secret knowledge. Okay. And otherwise, yeah, just basic info. I'll try and squeeze out of you later during times
Sounds good.
where I can put you on the spot at the most. You know, as sage backgrounds do.
Because at least you're not keen mind and sage background.
Oh,
That
right.
would be a living hell.
Yeah. All right.
With that,
Awesome.
I'd have a hard time believing that
The-
a keen mind got amnesia. That's just me.
I mean, anybody can get bonked on the head real hard, you know.
That's why you
Or
go
the angry
bonking people.
wolf.
It is why I go bonking people on the head. You know?
With that, the early afternoon finds each of you awake and
I'll be right
as
back.
rested as you can feel after all of this. Yes, Charles.
So, I was messaging Brian during your expedition. That's why I kind of missed some things. But basically, the thing I told you about recharging the staff with his spells, we're gonna do it so he uses one spell before we go to the long rest, and then after the long rest, he'll use 3 spells and then take a short rest to get them back.
Okay.
All right.
Handy.
I realized that like a bit ago, and I'm like, why I should be doing this?
So doing it that way, you will get what, 20 charges?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was at
Okay.
24. Now I'm at 44.
Nice.
The
Very
staff
good.
works well with a warlock.
2
Yeah, no, yeah,
warlocks. If it was just 1
2
warlock,
warlocks. Yeah. It synergizes
Nice.
very well.
or if anybody
Yeah.
but a warlock, if there was a warlock in the party and a wizard had it, that would also work. But
Yeah.
So, I'll say you all gather back in the main hall. And the day is yours.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
We're all in the same room now, you said, right?
Yep, you all gather back in the main hall.
Okay.
You see a lot of the the refugees have actually been funneled out. You see people who work for the college faculty have been coming in and out, taking families and groups out and supposedly getting them situated someplace to stay here in the city.
Okay.
Well, what's our next step to help?
That is the question. Is this? I mean, it's everyone. The world is at stake, so it is our problem. But should we leave
Please
this?
don't say that word, Donko.
Take-
Which word?
Stay. No.
a little too many last night.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I
we
forgot.
could leave this to the politicians, or try and handle this ourselves. I don't know.
That is the question, isn't it?
This is getting bigger than us. Has been for a long time, really.
I mean, we can't do this on our own. We need help.
No. Mhm.
And going through the politics and everything, that might be too late.
At least they're warned, and they get their armies ready. But what do we do?
I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
We're just discussing plans.
Mhm.
Okay. So
So what do we know? We got Yugoloth army.
big fiends.
We
Small
got-
fiends. Strong fiends.
Gith cult.
Cult of Zasadis.
We don't know. Zagadurga cult.
Z. Cult of Z.
Cult of Z. We got Dragon. It's not dead, it's just left, right?
Yeah, well, I
Where,
mean,
where did you send it?
I just told it to make its own life, make a horde for itself somewhere.
Dragon? ?
He was a
I
young
wonder if
man.
it just kept going.
Oh wait,
I'll
actually,
be
do I
back.
still
I need
have...
to check on one of my children.
Okay.
Cool.
I had a thing. I don't remember how to open it. The it was a module that we had. There was like a list of things. What was it called? It was some sort of pun or joke about a movie.
What?
I remember what you're talking about, but I
the
don't.
name of the module. It was like a to-do list.
Oh, Keikaku.
Yeah. Is that not? Do we not have that anymore?
Oh, did you like use it?
Or I was using the to-do list. I don't remember if that was Keikaku or a different thing, but I had a
It
to-do list.
was, and I got
Okay.
rid of it because I thought no one was using it.
I'm pretty sure we did everything on my list. I'm like 99% sure because that was pre-Dragon, so we'd already done all that.
One of
stuff.
the things on the list was I thought that was in a Google Doc.
It might be in a Google Doc as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
was just, keeping my own
Wasn't it
lists, too.
Saving the World for Dummies?
Yeah, that's right. We moved it to there.
Let me pull it up.
Um,
It's probably in my
should be pinned still,
personal
right?
folder. D&D.
Nope, that's 5e.
Misthaven.
That's nope.
Saving the World for Dummies. Found it.
Google Drive.
Misthaven Militia, Zalic Druids, Nature Itself, Trents, Wildlife, Feyheim, the 10
What does
Donko
any of that
Sentinels.
mean?
That's known allies.
Oh, those are known allies. Okay.
Oh, good.
The 10 and Donko Sentinels, the Order of the Dusk. Those are known allies. Allies that we know will drop a dime to help us, no matter what.
Potentially, right. Okay, this is when we were talking about getting the bloodletters to help.
Potential allies, bloodletters.
That would just take a long time.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun, like, little side
It'd be a great
adventure.
side quest. Yeah.
But
I honestly feel like the bloodletters are a giant force that would be extremely useful.
Yeah, because I mean, anybody, when you tell them it's either do or die, and kind of their whole mentality is do or die,
yeah,
I feel like they join up. It would cause problems later.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like, listen,
one army at a time, you know.
The world's not going to blow up. That's the best part.
Yeah.
So here, I'm gonna
City States of Cliffhold, Mr. Dreamflayer, Audra the Ancient Black Dragon, Pacifist. All right. We need to. Oh.
Let me cross this out.
Yeah.
I can do strike throughs.
Failed.
Format. Text. Strike through. Save
kill Audra.
We saved.
Is there a way to? We did. So like highlight it in blue or something, and then cross through.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Or like a check mark.
Do you guys have access to this doc? If not,
I'm looking at it.
Would you?
It's in the.
link?
It's the very first pinned message for the Discord server. Is
Got
the
it.
Google Drive. Chances task of delivering the bag of holding that got done.
All right.
Yep.
Highlight.
Where's...
Red failed. Highlight. Blue succeed.
Nice.
Highlight. Blue succeed.
Tombs of the 5 heroes. How many have we done now?
2.
We did 2. So we got 3 more to find.
Well, Castle is one of them.
2 found.
2 more.
Oh, that's true. Castle does. I assume Castle doesn't have a tomb.
You're right. Well, I mean.
No, I do have a tomb. We already went through it, remember?
No,
had a bunch of weird golem things.
That was your friend's tomb. That was the tomb.
That was
of
a
the
lizard folk lady. Yeah.
Oh.
So we got 2 to 3 more.
2 found, 2 to 3 to go.
I deliver a letter. We gotta get that. Investigate the motives of the city-states of Cliffhold for declaring war. That's something we can do right now, right? That's where we are, is Cliffhold?
No, we are in the Kreneth Kingdom. Cliffhold is the northern part of Okoria.
Right. So we can't do that. Investigate any Order of the Dust connections that might shed more light on Okoria situation.
We
that
haven't
can
really
be solved.
done that.
Yeah, that
This
can be solved when
city-
we deliver the letter.
This city is very well advanced and populated. I am like 99% sure the Order of the Dusk has a presence here.
Probably.
So if
Materials for
likely.
teleportation circle. We're gonna need more.
gonna need more, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We need to find the rest of the Sentinel bots, if there
Yeah.
are more, or if what's his name was a one-off. Contact the Foreign Empire.
We delegated that.
to delegated to Arcanus
Wayland.
Tanya. Wayland, thank you. Yeah, we need to find out more. See if Wayland remembers anything. Red Dragon ? So he's still an unknown.
No, the red dragon was because you saw a red dragon.
Yeah,
But
but then
now-
we dealt with him.
Yeah, he's technically dealt with. He's just gonna do his own dragon thing. It's whatever.
Maybe. What if he gets contacted again? Like, what are you doing, bro? We paid you to kill people.
Listen, his god
To us,
told him.
it's just a dragon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
we don't
a
know what the
dragon.
deal is with it.
And it was a young
Yeah,
red
whatever.
dragon.
Well, we'll add a third and fourth question mark.
That'll
It
make
sounds
it
quotations.
silly to me. It
Four
sounds
more
silly
question
to me now
marks.
that I said just a dragon.
It's a young dragon, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
an
he's just a
adult.
little guy.
Like, it's something we could deal with easily. It's just,
Nope.
it's not going to be a big problem until like 100 years from now. So we're fine.
Okay.
Um,
We'll let the next generation take care of that dragon then.
yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem for someone from a couple hundred years from now.
Yeah.
That's a problem for our other campaign.
Okay. Here, I want to make a little list. Things we need to know. How
How to
much
win the game.
time do we have? Or know/decide. Or figure out.
What's
Does
the
it
next?
Think
What is
he
the
have-
exact size of the Githyanki army? Would probably be one.
Oh, right, the artifact.
from the Winter's Hearth dungeon?
Whoa,
Eh?
what's that?
That's a paragraph.
I want to type.
Why are you only making suggestions?
I don't know.
That means you're a commenter. Which doesn't make sense.
Do you have edit at the end of your browser link?
Suggesting. Oh, good call. There we go.
Here.
What is the artifact? 2 question marks.
That's a sub of the artifact.
Why is the artifact?
Uh-huh. Alright.
Do you want to know where the army will strike next?
Yeah, the next attack location.
In time?
Yeah, in time.
What were the questions you were thinking of asking Contact Another Plane?
Whether the Githyanki have the artifact we were looking for, is if they don't, then is the artifact still in the dungeon underneath Winter's Hearth?
Mm-hmm.
And then where will the army attack next, and when will they attack? That's all I really got written down.
I can also do divination to pull up some data for some of these. Oh,
Was Solthrun wanting us to give him the artifact?
Yeah. Maybe.
do you think he swiped it?
No.
He might have.
I'm
He's
pretty
sneaky.
sure it's in the hands of the Githyanki. I don't know.
We should probably contact him either way.
Okay, sorry about that, man. Sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
Posted a link
We
in
were
the
just
chat. We're looking over our old to-do list, saving the world for dummies, and we're adding to it and updating it.
Sounds good.
so I think priority order. We need answers from Greater Plains. So contact other plane and divination to get as much information as we can. We need to talk to Solthrun ASAP. And we should probably talk to the king here, right? I mean, that got delegated. We don't really need to do that.
No, the
College
delegation.
will handle that.
So we told Arcanist Tania to contact the
So
foreign
that was for the
empire.
Foreign Empire, but we also the deans said that they would contact the king, but they needed to find him. We can find him. I have scry. I just need an orb. I don't think I have a scrying orb yet. I've been trying to get my hands on one.
You could easily find one here with how
Yeah, this would be
place
this
is.
would be the place.
Actually, Charles, you know exactly where.
Opponent's
There was a
pouch.
at least when you were here, there was a shop called the Rune.
Oh my
That
gosh.
is where a lot of the magical university students went to purchase their spell components and things like that.
Oh my gosh, I get to shop at the Rune. Wow.
Oh.
I'm a special boy.
My shopping list is so expensive. So to get materials that I want for a single cast of certain spells, I need to spend 4K.
What?
Agate, 1,000 gold pieces. 1,000 gold for my really powerful ones. So Awaken, Planar Binding, Reincarnate, and Scry.
Well, I feel like we only need the last two.
Yeah, but what if I want to use them? So I'm just saying, my shopping list is very expensive.
Having a pet
I don't have to
plant
spend it
isn't
right
gonna
now.
be at the top of our list right now.
Not right now. I'm just saying, druids cost a lot of money,
They
ironically, because they're druids.
They can, or you can just deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, just real quick. The platinum pieces. Did you guys split that between the 4 of you or all 5 of us?
All
Everybody
5 of
got
us.
some.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Because we just
You
remembered.
got 260 platinum for everybody if they didn't already write that down.
Wait, 260?
Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Really?
1,300 divided by 5.
Yeah, that sounds
Hey
right.
Google, what's 1,300 divided by 5?
Oh, it is 260.
1,300 divided by 5 is 260.
260.
260 platinum, which is 2,600 gold.
So I could buy one scrying orb and maybe a reincarnate material if I really need it. I don't think I need it right now.
I can spot you if you need.
You have.
I mean,
you have
there's
stuff
always-
for- how many revivifies do you have?
Okay,
You
so
should have a few, right?
Revivify, I have 4
Oh wow.
remaining.
Alright, look at that.
I have nothing for Continual Flame. I am nearly completely out of Augury focuses. Oh no, wait, Augury is a one-time purchase, so no problems there. Divination materials, I'm getting pretty low. I need more. I feel like Planar Binding is going to come in handy more than Reincarnate is. Because that'll let us bind some greater...
It takes a whole minute to cast, or a whole.
Yeah,
hour
but
to
what
cast.
if we need to... Oh, it's not for like binding a
The
an
entire
escaping...
point of planar binding and magic circle is you use them combined, and like multiple wizards, it's like a multiple wizard thing. Where they have to and that's how they get an effective servant for more than 24 hours. And that's kind of like it's kind of like the mechanical reason why a evil wizard has like a bunch of somethings under its control.
I would like a monster under my control.
Yeah, that's cool. A lot of money.
But yeah, it is. It would cost everything I have. So we'll see what happens after I buy my other stuff.
Yeah.
To skip on shopping episode, unless we want to look for magic items, can I just add what I need and then take out the money, or
You're not going to give me a chance to explain the rune to you guys?
No, please.
By all means.
I really want to hear about it, actually.
Yeah, Charles, I don't think you may have gone in once or twice with a friend of yours.
Any place
but-
that Charles been excluded, he wants in. So
So, as you guys travel through the city, first thing you notice is the ever-present din of the waterfall, the Great Falls, as people here call it. However, in some places, in some areas, it is dead silent. The falls themselves are quiet, magically suppressed. You head your way to this wall, which honestly doesn't look like it has any gates, but you follow the path, the flow of traffic, and as you approach this section of the wall, several mages hold up hands and trace runes in the air. The wall itself starts to evaporate, creating a gate for you to pass through. As you pass through, it reappears behind you,
That's a neat
creating
trick.
creating a single solid wall behind you. Let me see where my notes are here. Where
hey,
would be the
Josh, random question. In this magical college, has Charles ever seen a tressum?
Tressum?
A tressum being a winged cat. That can be summoned as a familiar if you've seen it. It does have some interesting abilities if you want to veto it. I'm totally cool with you vetoing it, but
Are you gonna get a familiar?
I have ritual spells now, so I have find
Heck
familiar.
yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, right? It says with the
What'd you say?
DM's it says familiar. With the DM's permission, a person who casts the find familiar spell can choose to conjure a tressum instead of a normal cat.
Let's bring it down to a history roll.
Alright.
Go ahead and make a history check. I'll say the DC for this, since it is a newer thing, DC is going to be 20.
Well, I got a 23.
Oh,
Keen smell, detect invisibility. Ooh.
you do remember something about that.
Okay.
And you actually, as you're walking through the city,
Uh-huh.
you see an area where you once saw these winged cats fly into an alley, then vanish.
Perfect.
And you see that alley, it sparks that memory.
Look at this little gremlin.
Do it that way.
Okay.
Amazing.
Another thing is Charles is going to be looking for every ritual spell scroll he can get his hands on.
That's fair.
With his new book. With his new, I guess, did we want to say it was like a projection? Or like, how did we want to incorporate the medallion in that?
I like the idea of, for the most part, the runes on the edges change with what's going on, what you're reading. You can like cycle through it like a cell phone kind of. You can swipe through it to find what
I
you're
also,
looking for.
it could be the idea that I take it up and I can look through it, and it's like there's a book there that I can look through.
True.
Oh, like a seeing stone.
However you want to flavor it, so that's totally cool.
As a book, yeah.
I kind of like the cell phone. It's just, I can imagine Charles sitting there just no, no.
Swipe left.
I love
Swipe
that.
left.
That's it.
Ooh, that
That's
was
it.
nice. One swipe right. But you guys make your way across the river that cuts the city in half. into Baropolis proper. You can see all sorts of styled architecture in the buildings around. All of them seem really nice, and it doesn't seem like there's a dingy section of the city. As you're walking through, you do see some homeless, some people in alleys, but not many. Uh, you, Charles, you lead them to the Rune, a grand building, 3 stories high, lined with gold trim around the windows and doors. Big sign. Isn't actual sign. It seems like it's almost magically floating in the air above the the main door itself. And no matter which direction you're coming from, it's always facing towards you. It says the Rune with a rune underneath it. And those who are familiar with the arcane understand that to be the underlying magical rune that means Naria, world. As you enter, it is imagine like walking into like Weasley's joke shop from Harry Potter. Things are flying around. There are explosions going off in the corners. You can see a wall stacked floor to ceiling, floor to 3-story ceiling with books, all kinds. You see armors and weapons hanging and dangling in areas, some even magically dueling each other 10, 20 feet up in the air. And several students and people browsing throughout. And you find that there is a one individual behind the counter keeping an eye on everything. An elven man, very straight backed, nose just a little bit up in the air, hair slicked back into a ponytail. This man looks just keeping an eye out on everybody and watching the goings on.
I imagine for all the
in,
casters, as we walk in, the Candyman song starts playing in our heads from Willy Wonka.
The Candyman can.
It feels, for those of you who have seen amazing feats of magic, it feels magical in here.
Charles, I need to buy all the
You-
things.
I know. Hold your horses.
I want all the things, Charles.
The elven man looks at each of you. Looks like we have some new blood in town. Welcome, welcome. one and
Actually, I don't
all.
have any blood. Oh, that's not what he meant. Right.
Yes, Danko
And
does.
he interrupted my welcome. Welcome to the Rune. What can I get you?
6 charisma.
Hello. I would like to purchase the materials to summon a familiar. In addition, I'd like to know your selection of spell scrolls. If you have, I have a certain list that I'm interested in that I will send you, Josh.
Right.
And you'll tell me if they exist or not.
Spell scrolls are on aisle 7B. If you keep walking down here, it's to the left. 6.
It's just a giant Amazon
B.
warehouse of magical items.
6B is where you can find all sorts of summoning components, and the familiar incense are there as well.
Okay.
Anything else?
I have a question. Do you have
Big-
any very large magical weapons that are very heavy.
No, unfortunately, most of our large, heavy magic weapons have been procured by Kingdom of the war. Unfortunately,
Ah,
And then I'm gonna walk out.
but we do have okay.
Uh, do you have some never mind, hold that thought.
I need focus materials, specifically an orb of scrying.
Um, second floor, aisle C.
Tight.
We have scrying stones and scrying orbs there.
I'm just gonna start gathering mats. So no magic items or weapons, though.
They do have some magic items and some magic weapons.
Okay.
You can see a lot of those areas are a little more sparse because of the war and all of that. Um, for those who want to look, I wonder if I can just.
I do have a question.
There we go. Nice.
I do have a question. Would you be willing to? Would it be possible for me to sell an item or two here?
Of course, we can accommodate
King
some
of shooting stars.
some transactions in that way. Yes,
Okay.
yes, of course. You guys all see the list, by the way.
Yep.
oh, I
Ring
Ring
don't.
of
if you
shooting
scroll-
stars looks
Ah,
awesome.
If you
Wait.
What does
scroll
this
all the
do?
way to the bottom, there's the spell components list that he has.
Where's the list?
It's in Foundry.
Oh, it's in Foundry. Okay.
Just shared it with
Oh,
everybody.
look
Ball
at that.
lightning, fairy fire. This ring of shooting stars is pretty cool. Expensive as heck, though.
So he turns to you, Chance. All right, my friend, what do you have for sale?
First, I think after thinking about it, Chance would have carried his +1 leather armor here with instead of wearing it. If I'm able to retcon that.
Of course, of
Um,
course. They're
okay.
also changing. They're also changing booths on one side of the room, just in case.
Okay. Yeah. So I have this set of leather armor here that's slightly enhanced. I am,
You-
after some
you-
consideration, I am looking to replace it with some stronger armor.
Oh, okay, okay. Let us see here. And he pulls out a like a jeweler's lens, and like twists it at one point. It kind of glows this bluish light. He looks through it. Oh yes, yes, fine make, fine make. I don't recognize the enchanter, but very well, very nicely made. Um, I'm not sure we have anything more protective. We have this um this plate mail.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I was thinking more along the lines of scale mail, and it's alright if there's nothing better than just plain scale mail.
Magically in here, unfortunately, most of our light infantry armor was procured. The sucky part about being in a kingdom when there's war. Apologize. If you're
Fair,
looking for
fair enough.
regular armor, there is the where is it? What's it called? Um, there is the the weapons and armor shop called Assault and Battery. But unfortunately, I don't have anything better that's magical.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. What would you buy this leather armor for anyway?
This, let me double check one thing here.
Wait. Oh, these are non-standard. These are inflated prices. Uh-oh. That's going to change my math a bit.
Well, for this, I think I could probably part with it for...
You mean buy it?
That's totally what I meant, yes. Sorry. Dealing with college kids all day. Apologies. I can buy it for, say, 1,500?
1,500 gold? Fine by me.
Sure. All right. He pulls out 150 platinum and hands it to you. Grabs the armor, shakes it off a bit. It needs a cleaning, but looks like it's done its job well.
It sure has.
And you see he pulls out like a pocket scarf, a pocket hanky, unfurls it and throws it behind him. It opens up into a portable hole. He throws the what's it called, the armor in there, pulls it back, and puts it back in his pocket.
Nifty. That reminds me,
Yeah.
where are your bags of holding?
Unfortunately, the army took that too. Had more in stock, and beyond one rich kid who paid way too much for it, and the army took the other three.
Oh,
I know.
oh, the things that war does.
I agree. Would have
So
loved to have actually gotten paid for any of that they took, but they said they'll bring them back if they retrieve them off the bodies.
Hey, squad. Do we want to put down a bunch of cash for Heroes Feast items? I think I saw there's one. There are 2 available. They're expensive, so it'd be a party
how
cost.
much are they?
But in the shop, 1,150.
Mm.
Heroes Feast.
Mm-hmm. It's something that I can cast with using a gem encrusted bowl. Basically, it makes us we are cured of all diseases and poisons and become immune to poison and being frightened. All wisdom saving throws are made with advantage. Hit points also increase by 2d10, and we gain the same number of those hit points if we're wounded, and it lasts for 24 hours. So it's just a big buff before a big battle kind of thing.
It also does take an hour to cast and eat.
Yeah. So it's if we're preparing to do something ridiculous and we have time to do it. But it's pretty handy.
So going off of this list, I'm assuming they don't have any scrolls of ritual that I could use.
The scrolls that are listed there are the ones that they have.
Okay. None of them are rituals, which is sad. It makes me sad.
Shopkeep.
Yes.
Mr.
Sorry.
Rune or
Mr. Rune.
Esmeralda.
Right. Shot in the dark. It's kind of a rare material. You wouldn't happen to have specifically mistletoe that was harvested with a golden sickle under the light of a full moon? Just perchance. It's very rare.
What spell is this for?
Druid Grove. It's just one of the things I don't have materials for.
You can get a golden sickle.
It is it's got to be the rarest
That's the most
druid crafting
specific
material.
thing I've ever heard
But
of.
we live in a
Most
world of
random.
magic, you know? There's got to be a whole business revolving around harvesting mistletoe
No.
exclusively for
No.
druids. Then somebody's missing out on a big.
Druids don't buy things. Druids don't have money. They live in the forest.
Not all
Looks
of them.
very
That is not true. There are druid covens, and they trade with the local town all the time.
So Esmeralda looks very confused for a second, and looks you up and down, and nature
Druid.
folk, right?
Yeah.
Um, we had a large shipment of stuff come in 2 months ago. Let me see what I can find. He
You're the man.
goes goes into a back room, and you can hear some shifting of boxes and something heavy crash to the ground. Swear words, and before he comes back out holding a fine wooden box. All right, this was, and he puts it down, opens it up, and you can see a very dried husk of a very dried, what's it called? Branch. Maybe 6 inches to 1.5 long, to a foot long. And he goes, this, I'm not sure I know it's mistletoe, but I'm not sure if it was harvested like you said. This was sold to me by a wandering individual. Said it was very special, very magical, and you could give it a try. I could part with it for what the guy sold it to me, or sold it to me for. I can part with it for 450.
450.
Sir.
Do you have a return guarantee if it doesn't perform as expected?
Unfortunately, and he points up to a sign that says all sales are final.
Can
Sorry.
I, because of my druidic nature and proficiencies, can I kind of just take a second with it and see if it gives off the magical vibes I need?
You can either make an Arcana or a Nature check.
Would components like that give off a magical aura?
I mean, considering how it was harvested.
I mean,
if that's not magic, I don't know what is.
I mean, Charles has detect magic at will.
Yeah, but it might not give off that kind of.
Yeah,
more
I
of
don't
like
know. I don't know.
Like
So,
telling whether or
Marco?
not a spellcasting focus is a spellcasting focus, kind of
Yeah.
arcane check.
So make either an Arcana check or a Nature check for me.
Tight. Which one's better? +6 or +6? Will they yield different results?
Yes. Nature would be the possibly finding out where this came from, in a sense.
And arcane would be seeing if it
Arcana
was.
would let you know if it would work as a focus. But if you know where it came from, you could assume that it would work or not.
Kerchow.
22. You very strangely you pick it up, you put it under your orb, pretending to sniff it. Can't sniff it because you don't have a nose. You look at it, look up at it, the light, and as you look at it, the light, there is a brief moment where in between some of the branches, almost like a window into something else, another time, another place, you see shining through the light of full moon. A flash of something yellow. Or you shake your orb and it's gone. You put it back down. You're fairly sure that it could work.
How many
as-
sprigs of mistletoe?
Said it was a
to
branch,
be,
right?
to be a branch, so I'd say let's roll a d4. 3 sprigs.
Height. Okay, I'll take that. Adding it to my list of costs. What about? Because let me look back at the list. I don't think you listed just like generic spell casting focuses. So
They
I
are
need,
there.
yeah, I just need a bunch of basic stuff like some little statues, prayer wheels, stuff that any cleric or druid would need on a regular basis.
Those
A
would be easily go
lodestone.
for, I'll say, depending on how many you get, they'll easily go for 100
Okay.
total.
Anything listed not with a cost, basically.
And you can get those costs out of the player's handbook too.
Okay.
Basic stuff.
I'll put a star so I can check that one. And then a lodestone. Is that something you think I could get here?
It does not look like it as you ask. He kind of looks. He doesn't understand what it is.
Nah, it's fine.
The way you're
Castle
asking
can
for it.
probably make one for me. It's just like a magnet, basically.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm just looking through
Oh,
the lists.
I would like some chalk and ink for the teleportation circle spell.
Isle 1 has our teleportation circle components. Excuse me. There is a kit that you can purchase down there. Have quite a few in stock actually. So he leads you down there. He leads you to it, and there's like these little boxes with the chalk and the ink inside, little kits that he's selling for $100 each or 100 gold each.
What about basic alchemist supplies? I need mercury and fog.
Oh no. Oh no.
So is anyone pitching in for a hero's feast or
If you want. I don't really care about money.
I disconnected for a second, but
any of the bigger the magic sword? Just saying.
Okay, Discord
It's
like
true.
disconnected me twice in a row.
it did for
Oh.
me too. I just froze.
Anyway, I
Alright.
said I was buying
Max, I
5
think
of
you're
the.
muted or something.
Oh. You
I can
sure?
hear him.
You can?
Might need to reconnect.
I might need to
Discord seems like
reconnect.
it just did a thing.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Pop.
Okay, I'm back. Everyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I can.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, Charles, what were you saying?
Frick. I was saying something, wasn't I? So, like, okay, there's no rituals for me here. There is gold for summoning Find Familiar, which I'm gonna get 2 charges of.
Go for it.
Hi.
And then, uh-oh. Ugh.
All right. Did you catch that I was buying 5 of the kits for a teleportation circle?
Go for it.
Okay.
Hmm. Josh, can I talk
Uh-oh.
semantics and details? So, the requirement for greater restoration is diamond dust worth 100 gold pieces. So, if this diamond dust is worth 240 gold pieces, that means it's 2 castings,
Not exactly.
technically.
It's 1 pinch, and this is just the markup on it. So this one pinch would be considered 1 casting.
Do you think because I'm buying in massive bulk, because I'll be spending pretty much all my money here, I can talk him into market value downscaling?
You can certainly try.
You can have Charles help you.
Yeah, Charles,
Wrath.
this is a lot of expensive stuff.
Oh,
Help
yes.
me!
I don't know if you've heard about the refugees that suddenly appeared in the building across.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
Well, anyway, we're on a mission, and I'm going to explain briefly that we're trying to save the frickin' world. Like, I don't know. Anyways, it would be very appreciative if you could mark these down to closer to market value. And as I say that last sentence, I will say, I would suggest that you... and I will subtle spellcast suggestion.
Okay.
One that he cannot detect or feel.
Wisdom save?
It is a... let me double check. Immediate effect. Target makes a wisdom saving throw.
So he rolls. He's rolling with this with advantage. He rolls a 9 and a 17 plus 6.
Oof. Yeah, okay. He completely waves it off. He doesn't feel it, because, again, suggestion doesn't specify anything.
But is he
Okay.
moved by the tail?
I guess I could make a persuasion
Yeah,
check in
I will
addition.
say go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Alright, yeah.
Because, I mean, no planet, no shop, you know?
Persuasion. I'm good at that.
Uncle, are you helping him in any way?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
of course.
if I have advantage, let's see if I roll a nat 20. No, but close. 27.
27. You see as you're telling him all these things, he starts nodding his head and I don't know about market value. I can definitely give you guys a bit of a bulk discount since you're spending so much here and purchasing so much. If you want to put all your purchases and such together, I'll definitely be able to do a good bulk discount.
Let me finish doing
Okay.
math then, see how much I'm spending. 'Cause it's a lot.
Yeah, so whatever you guys want to purchase or spend, just say it out loud. We'll add it all together, and
I think I'm literally only spending 20 gold.
So for things not listed that are just basic casting focuses, I list them. I take prices out of the manual, or should I add like 5 gold to them or something?
just take them out of the manual.
Okay.
I closed the thing with all the items, and I can't open it again. Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
5. So the stuff that is marked up is the ruby dust for continual flame, up to 65 gold. The diamond dust for greater restoration. Ooh. I'm gonna have to cut down on how many of those I buy. Find the path. There you are.
Charles will give you an extra 1,000 gold, Ryan.
Yeah?
Yeah, because if you're
Alright.
if you're getting all this materials and it's gonna be like all this kind of good stuff, I'll help fund that.
Awesome. Alright.
I'm gonna subtract
that.
another 1,000 from my, or I guess
For it.
100 platinum from my.
Let's see. From the looks of it, all the 5 teleportation circle kits are for the 500 gold. Is what Chance is getting here.
Okay, go ahead and mark down the 500 gold then for you.
I did.
Actually, make it 450 since you're with the group here.
Also, Wrath said he would contribute some money, Ryan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally could. I'm not in the building right now, but if you come out and get
Well,
me.
let me calculate, see if I can add in a hero's feast.
Charles
or
will run
two.
out, and hey Wrath, Donko is purchasing materials to magically create a feast that is the most delicious thing in the world you've ever tasted. How much money are you willing to donate?
I'll just like take my bag and start dumping platinum on the ground.
You gotta know your audience.
That's a good point. Okay.
So
65. So much math.
I'm just gonna assume you give 2,000 of your 2,600. If that, I don't know if you want to change that. Kyle? Just like, again, tell me, like, it's whatever amount you want to actually give.
Yeah, no, I could do that. I'll do 2,000.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's another 2,000 in your budget, Ryan.
Well,
because like find the path kind of stuff, that's great. Like a lot of those spells are so useful, especially like Hero's Feast.
Well, here's the thing. Even with that, we don't have enough for what I need, so I need to cut some stuff out. I'm going to cut the greater restorations in half. We already have a few of those, so we'll do 2.
How much more do you
instead of
need?
5. So for the math I just did, pre-Hero's Feast, I need 5,125 gold pieces.
Extra?
Well, that's total. Pre-Hero's Feast. For a
How
Hero's
much do you
Feast.
need from us?
Well, hold on. I'm going to knock down.
Because if Castle wants to donate some too.
I'll do 3 greater restorations then.
I was gonna say, Castle, was there anything else you wanted to look into or look at in here?
240.
Michael's even still there?
I'm gonna need some tools to restock and to be able to fix. I'm gonna need to find some odds and ends to refix Risa.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have her body this time, so it just needs repairing, but and not built from scratch yet.
I will say this store doesn't seem to be the place to get those kind of materials.
Okay.
So my total, with taking out 2 greater restorations, and adding the 2 Heroes Feasts, is 6,945 gold pieces. I have on me 2,790 plus 35. I have 3,825 gold. So I can pay for half of
1,000 from Charles and 2,000 from Wrath. Give you another 3,000.
That is almost exactly the right amount pre-markdown for discount.
And this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is, yes. How much? What's the? How much do you have?
So with that, if I spent literally every penny, I have 6,825. So I'm short by 120 gold.
Okay.
If it's just
I can
120.
supply that.
Yeah.
He will. I'll say. because you're spending this much here and all of it, I'll say that he marks the total price down to just straight 6,000.
Ooh. Okay. So I get to keep 825 gold.
So I don't need to supply the 120 then. Okay.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
I love it. This is the kind of bookkeeping we love in high fantasy D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can cast just about all my spells now. And I am I've prepared for next level's spells as well, although there's not as many that cost things.
So he marked it down 800 gold, right?
Yes.
825, yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Edit item. Component pouch.
Charles have like 110 gold back? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's about the percentage of the discount that he would donate.
Absolutely. So that puts me at 110 you said you wanted?
Yeah.
So 7, 15.
And if Wrath wanted back the percentage of the discount, he could get twice that, technically.
That's okay.
Okay.
I've still got over like 1,500 gold.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, I did too.
All right, let me... 1. Scry focus. Check.
While you're adding all that to your inventory, Esmeralda nods, and the exchange helps you kind of pack things up and get things in bags and whatnot as you need. And he goes, "Thank you so much for your purchases. The rune will always be here, and please feel free to come back.
It'll always be
You know."
here so long as we save the world.
Of course, yes.
Quick question. Do you know of any other magical shops that may sell ritual scrolls of any kind?
Oh, ritual scrolls. That's. You know what? Maybe. A couple months ago, there was a new shop that opened up in town.
Oh, in town. I was talking about even out of town. But if it's in town, even
Oh.
better.
Out of town, there are definitely some in the capital that would definitely sell some of the ritual spells you're looking for, the spell scrolls. But even in town, by the gates, the front gates, there was a new shop that opened up called, what was it? It's called Arcanotech or something like that. Arcanotech Industries. They seem to be some form of magic something or other. I haven't been there myself, but they seem interesting. They are the ones who have given us, and he points over to a hearth with no fire. What you see is a small gem with wire wrapped around it in this elegant, beautiful shape. And it's giving out a lot of heat. Our smokeless flames there. He's given us some pretty wonderful new inventions. Good try there, I would say.
I think I will. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for shopping at the Rune. Have a fantastic day.
You too.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your service.
And you guys exit the store.
Did he mention something about a weapon shop with a cool name? Battery,
Yeah,
assault and battery.
assault and battery. Yeah, Chance
Assault and
was
battery.
going to head there at some points during this trip.
Okay. You can actually, as you're looking down the road, you can actually, Wrath, with your eagle eyes, you can actually see it. You can see the sign all the way at the end of this road.
I just
Nice.
imagine he's looking around and all of a sudden just zoom all the way
Yeah,
across the
exactly.
town. There's this little sign with like a sword and shield.
Eyes
It's
widen just a
actually-
little.
Target locked.
It's actually like the name of the place is A Salt, SALT, and Battery.
Nice.
It has a
Nice.
little shield on one side and a sword sticking through it on the other. You also see, as you're potentially heading that way, loud explosions happen off to your right. Boom! Boom, 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 boom! As you look up, you can see the ends of fireworks start to fall. Boom, 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 boom. And the rest of the fireworks go off. And during the day, during the middle of the day, you can see these fireworks as bright if it were night. And then they stop. And that's it.
I'm
What do you guys
curious.
like to do?
Well, Charles is going to go to that Arcanotech place. And I'm assuming Chance and Wrath
I think
could
Wrath
scout
and
out the
Chance,
other
yeah.
place.
Well,
Actually,
I'm
Chance,
curious about the fireworks thing, actually.
Chance, would you, actually, everyone, this is a good point. I've received a new, way of using my talisman that I believe will benefit all of us greatly. And I'll pull it out and it says, if you just put a single drop of your blood on the talisman, it could save your life.
Charles has one major problem.
Oh, wait
Some
a
of us
second.
don't bleed.
Blood equivalent.
Just gonna take like a pebble, just kind of powder it into your book.
So Charles will explain. He has his talisman. If you give, we're flavoring it as blood, but like if you have a signature in the book, you can benefit from protector of the. I'm pulling it up. Gift of the Protectors, which is basically a party shared. If one of us falls to 0 hit points, magically you don't.
Oh,
Like
Wow.
how
once.
often?
Like just once a day.
That's
It's a
pretty cool.
shared relentless endurance from the half orc trait.
Sure, Charles, you can have my blood.
I can have up to 4 people's names written, so I can't have everybody. But I mean, I have like a second life ring, so I don't need my name in it. So I'll just have everyone else sign their name. Or whatever. And then I have another thing called Farscribe. Yes, Farscribe, which allows me to cast Sending at will with the people who have their names written in it.
Oh, nice.
Like an infinite amount of time, so I can always talk to all of you, no matter the distance.
I like that.
Okay, I'll be willing to give a drop of blood for those.
I don't know why it's blood. Usually it's ink, but I mean, like, you know. Turning a book into a talisman, it's complicated.
Okay.
Requires a
Chan-
little unknown eldritch truth, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chance is just going to use one of his claws to poke his other paw or finger, and then drop that on the talisman.
Okay.
You watch as the drop of blood falls onto it.
So help me if you make this sinister.
It doesn't
You hear a
actually
dark
hit-
laughing in the distance.
Lightning strikes.
It doesn't actually hit the medallion.
Hmm.
It falls straight through it, but then vanishes. Almost like it's just a hole.
Well, that's weird.
The same happens for the rest of you that do add blood or whatever the equivalent
Pebble.
of blood in your body is.
Oil.
Pebbles or whatever, oil, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Don't feel anything different, but sense that there is a greater connection now.
Okay.
Oh,
With
who's
that,
going
then, I'm
where?
actually curious about the fireworks.
You do that. I need to find a graveyard.
Donko,
Not in town.
do I
Come
know
on.
the laws behind necromancy?
You know that up at the college, necromancy is actually taught. However, only at the college. That's one of those that they potentially have
Like donated
cadavers.
cadavers.
Yeah, exactly. They have cadavers
Awesome.
donated for the purpose of necromancy.
I'm gonna donate my
But
body to necromancy. Who thinks that?
Students of science.
I'm a body donor.
Are
Zombie donor.
you gonna tell me
But
that, or am I gonna find a graveyard?
I'll tell you that.
Oh. I'll go there.
Yeah, see if you can't convince. Oh well, convince.
Yeah, I'll make my way to the
If
school
you
of
know-
necromancy.
You know for a fact that Ethel Ingerton is the one who teaches most of the necromantic magics on campus.
Okay. Well, since she was on the board, she knows our situation, so I think she could actually accommodate you. I'll tell you to look for Ethel Ingerton, the person on the board that corresponds with
Okay.
that description.
Perfect. So I'm gonna go there and try to get myself a couple of skeletons that I can stuff into my bag and maybe animate a few.
Just to make things quick and easy, you find Ethel, and she, after hearing your query,
I mean,
she looks very.
spore
She
druid.
looks at you and just, yeah, I think I can do that. I have a couple down in the basement. Follow me. She
Tight.
takes you down, and you see them. They have nice boxes full of bones, and she goes, each box is a single skeleton amount of bones. I think this will do nicely for you.
Okay. How many can I have?
Just
I can
for
trade you
fun.
magical materials if you'd like. I have these rocks.
What rocks?
I don't know what they are. My body is made of them now.
Are those the ether or the aether rocks?
I still have 150 pounds of it. It's taking up my entire bag of holding, basically.
You pull them out, and then you can see her jaw drop as she goes, "Oh, this is
Cool stuff, right? Heavy.
How much do you have? Just wondering."
How much do you want?
Donko the bargainer. Please don't make this a grog situation. Oh goodness.
Oh, if you're willing, I'll take all of it off of your hands to give you room for. And she looks over at the pile of 10 boxes. For all of these boxes,
Let's see, 10 boxes of skeleton. Average
I mean, you
weight
didn't say out loud you had 250. You just
Yeah,
were telling
yeah.
us.
of a skeleton is 20 pounds. So 10 of those, 200 pounds. How much room do I have left in this bag of holding?
That's a lot of ether metal.
Yeah, isn't that like super
not
rare and expensive?
It's super rare and
Doesn't
super
Donko
expensive.
know that?
Yeah, so I trade what
Yeah.
I assume is a worthy amount of it.
What
Oh, interesting.
what would
This isn't
Donko
in
find?
that bag of holding. This is in the other bag of holding.
What would Donko find a worthy amount of Aether
Hold on.
rocks to be?
Right.
There's
Okay.
10
So
skeletons.
the rocks are held in my pouch of holding, and my bag of holding is actually pretty much empty. So I would
Gotcha.
willingly give her. I'll give her 20 pounds of because all I have is the unprocessed rock. And if she
It
doesn't look
looks like
satisfied, I'll give her 30.
I think it'll take the full 30.
Okay.
And you kind of pile these rocks onto the table in front of her, and her eyes are just wide. As you can see, the room is fairly dimly lit, but you can see the glow, the silver rivery glow of the Aether rocks shining on her. And she goes, "Those 10 boxes are yours now."
Awesome. And just a premise, if I ever need a few more, you're the gal to talk to, I assume.
If I need more skeletons.
Yeah.
I think if you have more of this Aether rock, we can come to an arrangement. Yes.
Procure some really awesome skeletons. We're talking, I don't know, big monsters or something, and
They
contact
will
me.
still turn into humanoids as you
But they'll have
animate
cool
them.
teeth.
That's fair.
So it's all about aesthetic.
She walks over and
We're
picks
paying with
up
money when we could have just
kind of a
bought everything we needed with these rocks.
Probably.
Actually, we should talk to Arcana Tech about it, actually.
Yeah, they'd probably be
She
able to do
picks up
something with it.
this what looks like a troll's skull. She puts that on top of one of the boxes. Have fun.
Very nice. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, who's going to Arcana Tech? Who's going to Assault and Battery?
Well, if no one's going to go with Wrath to Assault and Battery, I will go with Wrath.
Yeah, because I don't know those fireworks drew Chance's attention.
Yeah, so
but
Chance
at
and
the same
Castle,
time,
Chance and Castle can go to Arcana Tech, and Wrath and Charles will go to Assault and Battery. Both
yeah,
of
but at the same time, though, Chance does need to replace his armor.
we'll look for armor for you. What are you looking for? Scale armor?
Scale mail.
Okay, like +2 or +1, any kind.
Assume that there's only going to be regular scale mail, but +1 would be nice.
Okay.
Also look for a longsword.
Got it.
A long sword? Is that different from a great sword?
Yes.
Okay.
So, let's do Castle and Chance first. You follow the direction of the fireworks, and it opens up into a main square. You see the front gates at the far end of the square, a couple of statues, a fountain. Off to your left and right, there are tents set up with booths, and it's like a full bazaar going on in here. At the far end, to the left of the gate, you see a very strange looking building. Bright purple, a bright purple roof that kind of arcs up into a point to the top. Gears and crystals seemingly growing out of every nook and cranny on the facade of this building, and the ever-present title or sign, I guess, written in bright blue and purple writing, Arcanotech Industries. As you approach the door itself, before you even get to the door opens up for you. And as you walk in, closes behind you. Inside is a menagerie of magic and technology. You see a small replica of something that's actually very familiar to you guys. That monorail system that you rode in
Malpray?
in Malpray is constantly circling above on a track, but smaller. You see a section off to your right of these crystalline devices wrapped in metal, each glowing with an inner light. You see, let me grab my notes here. You see a fire burning in the center of the room with a what's it called? With a collection of gems and metal wiring wrapping up the center, and you can see the smoke billowing off the fire and then being collected towards or attracted towards this center gemstone and then funneled out the top, following the lines of wire and gems. You see at the front desk, which is pretty close to the front of the room, a human man standing there, bright purple and silver robes, his hair kind of in a short faux hawk going all the way down his neck, and looking kind of bored, to be honest. He's kind of sitting there with his head in his hand, almost falling asleep, and you walk in. Welcome! Welcome to Arcanotech Industries, your best place for magic and technology combined in this world. How can I help you? Hello?
Is
This is Chance and Castle, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Chanson Castle.
Okay.
um
Magic and technology, you say?
Yes, magic and technology.
Do you have then? And he lists off all the things he needs to repair, resell.
as as you do so, you can see a big smile on his face. Rebuilding a lost friend, are we?
Of course.
Yes. Of course, I have all those things. Yes, and he like puts his arm around you, comes out from behind, puts his arm around both of you, and leads you kind of back into the back areas of the building.
Real quick, as he does so, a little bird flutters up to the party and communicates in Donko's voice um, to Castle. How quickly can you make 10 suits of armor and weapons for skeletons? Also, you can't reply to this message, sorry. And the bird leaves.
Animal messenger. You cannot reply to this message. You're just like asking a question that you can't get the answer to.
But it's in his head now.
But
You should have
Wait.
asked Charles with that message, and then I could have cast sending. We literally just established this.
Yeah, I know.
wait. As he's talking to me, I attune a spell into my. Is message a cantrip?
Message is a cantrip, but it also has a limit of 120 feet.
I know, but as he's talking to me, I attuned my tool to be able to use that, and then I send it at the bird.
I don't know if that's how that works, because
Okay.
he's just using the
But
bird to send a message.
What message do you want to send at the bird?
So he tells me that message, and I'll like point back at the bird because I see the bird flying, and I point at the bird, and I go, "I'll have those done for you by the end of the day, if possible."
The bird, as it's flying out, it kind of swoops and lands above the door and just kind of looks at you, shakes its feathers, and then flies out. You're not sure if the message made it.
It did not.
Birds. See, if I were thinking, I would have sent Albert, but I was excited about the skeletons, and so I wasn't thinking. 6 charisma.
You have a high, whatever.
This individual looks at the bird, looks at you, Castle, and that's the first bird I've heard talk today. All right.
Today.
He takes you into the back, and he has a full, very, very nice forgery and foundry setup in the back here.
Oh,
And he goes, friend, if you want, you can rent this out. I am not using it at the moment. It'll just be 300 gold an hour to rent this out. And you'll be able to have all the supplies you need.
fantastic!
As for you, and he kind of squeezes your shoulder, Chance. Anything I can get you?
Well, I'm not sure.
Looking for an endless source of water for your home, for your house? Are you looking for a way to communicate with allies from across this plane of existence? Are you looking to I don't know what tickles your fancy?
Hmm.
You want it, we got it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That endless source of water kind of intrigues me. What is it exactly?
Aha. He rushes over, like forgetting you guys are there for a second. He rushes over, grabs this device. It looks like a gem that has been elongated to the point where it's nearly flat. It's wrapped in wire and some metal cage, and he brings this over. This, and he um, looks around, and you can see that there's a grate on the floor as a means of like a draining grate, and he taps it over the grate, and pure water starts to gush out of this small crystal. And he kind of moves it around, and this taps a very secure, very special section in the plane of existence of water. And then he taps it again, and it stops. This will never run out. It'll always be pure and clean. And it can be yours for just 450 gold.
Sold.
Yes.
Chance isn't that frugal about money.
That sold?
Yeah, so 45 platinum.
Yep. So mark off 45 platinum. He grabs the money from you, hands you the device. So go ahead in your inventory, add a new item, or I'll add this later if you want me to. It's called the faucet. It's like the best part is you can combo that with some of these, and he points to the thing that seems to be attracting the smoke. You can set it to attract the water. You can pump water through an entire house using pipes. It's really amazing.
Magic plumbing.
What's that?
Magic plumbing.
Now, is that technically indoor plumbing or interplanar plumbing?
Interplay.
I don't
Yes.
think I quite need that. I don't have. I'm not staying in one place for that long.
Oh, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. The faucet is great for even out in any adventure, right? You're looking for a way to escape an enemy as you're being captured, and you take this, you tap it, you shove it in their mouth, and they drown. It's fun, right? I mean, or you can get fresh water. I mean, it's up to you. It's kind of fun either way. Perfect, perfect. Thank you for your patronage, and my good middle friend. Are you looking? Are you looking to rent this out for?
Oh, of
A
course.
couple of hours?
Yes, yes.
How many
Yeah, oh,
hours?
yeah.
How long are you gonna need it for?
You wanted 10 suits of armor? Okay.
Plate mail, preferably.
Plate mail armor. Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be a problem. Plate mail is 1,500 each.
Oh,
And even if he makes it himself, that's gonna be at least 750
Yeah.
each.
just armor then for the skeletons. Best is you're willing to make.
Let me see. I'll tell you what.
Like leather or something.
Leather breastplate,
Well,
maybe.
I can make a little better than leather. Like I'm a master smither. Like I can smith armor. Just not like premium top tier armor.
Isn't half plate pretty cheap?
No.
Half
That
plate is
plate's around 400, I
750.
think.
Oh,
750.
that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah, there's chain mail for 75 or scale mail for 50.
Oh yeah, medium armor would actually be the best. So
Well,
Yeah.
how much dexterity would skeletons have?
they have +2. So
Oh.
scale mail would actually probably be
I
best.
tried to use an AI to generate an image for me instead of drawing it. Came out kind of horrifying, but it's funny.
Thanks, I hate it.
What the heck?
I wanted a tree. I wanted a treant playing a flute, leading a parade of 10 skeletons playing horns.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Horrible. All right.
I love Dolly Mini. It's so terrible.
It's hilarious.
Anyway,
Isn't that like kind of cannibalistic?
What?
A tree playing a flute?
Eh.
I mean, if I played a flute made out of human bone, yeah, I'd be grossed out, but it's not cannibalism.
See if
So
crayon.
how long are you
better.
looking to rent that facility out?
Well, at least an hour.
How long
You
will
said
it take?
300 an hour?
Yes, it was 300 gold an hour.
Probably 3 hours would be a good amount of time.
I wonder also if we might be able to use it for building a sword bow, because I think I kind of
Wouldn't
still.
the school have some facility like this?
Cool.
Might. I don't think you've ever dealt with this side of things, but
I mean, I'm not
you do-
there, but all I know is
Yeah.
Castle is at least intelligent.
Yeah. No, I am very intelligent. I really just need stuff to like replenish my because I have a traveling forge set, not a very extensive one. So if I could get supplies to like beef it up a bit.
I mean, wouldn't you just need like an anvil?
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, I know, but like an anvil's gonna be a lot cheaper than whatever the frick this is.
Renting this. Yeah.
300
What you
gold.
should really
Yeah,
do is get
I'd
yourself a
probably ask him
portable
if he
hole.
has any, like, if he has an anvil and maybe a lot of metal.
Now here's a
What's the
question: Can you
point?
make your own anvil?
No,
What do you mean no?
I do not know how to cast iron.
You're made of it though.
He looks at you, Castle, and he nods and goes, "I think I might have a spare anvil in the back, and definitely have a lot of metal around here. Yep, absolutely. Let's see what I can do you. What can I do
Thank
for you?
you.
What do I can do for you?" And he heads in the back, and a few minutes later, you hear a um, some banging noises and whatnot, and floating out of the back is this. It's a construct. It's a little tiny robot that is holding up the anvil above it and floating it out to you. And the guy comes out holding this big box of scrap metal. All right, I think that will do it for you. I think.
Yeah. Yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you so much, sir.
Perfect. So we'll run this. We'll just run it at 500.
Yeah, sounds great. That'll perfectly complete what I'm missing. Thank you so much, sir. And I must compliment, you have a very, very nice forge.
Oh, thank you. I'm messing with it for a while. Started off in Alicia about a decade ago, and just been tinkering ever since. I've loved the little. I've loved making these little things and the bigger things too.
Nice. Well, just for your wonderment and awe, then I guess, and I'll kind of dig into my bag and like kind of hoist Risa out for a little bit, just to kind of show him what I'm repairing.
How much is
Ooh,
this
he-
again?
500.
500.
Okay.
Um, he you can see his eyes get wide. He looks very interested. He kind of steps forward. Oh, can I? Is it okay if I take a look real quick?
Yeah, you can take a look.
Sure, cool. And he gets in there. He starts kind of poking and prodding and moving things around. And oh man, some bad damage.
Quite a big fight.
Oh, monster, creature, beast. What was it? What are we talking here?
Yes.
Someone from
It,
another plane.
Ah, fun.
it
I had
was
a
a
beast.
tentacly monster.
Dreadbringer.
Yeah, I know. I know a few things about that. I had a beast of a time securing that section for the faucet. There's a friggin' kraken that came in, and we had to push it away, and it was not fun. I
Oh,
never want to go back
yes.
there again. But it's
I
secure.
imagine
It's
not.
good to it's good to last for a long time.
All right then.
So perfect.
Sounds great.
Uh, well, good luck repairing this uh, little construct. She looks great. I love the aesthetic you're going with here. Giving me some good ideas for something a little bit later on. But thank you for showing me. I appreciate that. From one tinker to another. It's great to
Of
see the
course.
trade out there.
Oh, yes.
What was your guys' names? I apologize. I didn't catch that when you came in.
You may call me
Castle.
Chance.
Chance and
Castle, at your service.
Castle. It is very nice to meet you. My name is Arcano Druman.
Drumon.
Fantastic to meet you.
And pray tell, do you hail from here, or long line traveling the world.
No. I haven't really left Kingdom a whole lot. I started off in Elysia, the capital, just a few days west of here. Through the mountains, kind of got to go through the passes and whatnot. Uh, Started there. Did some tinkering. Then my family moved here to Bropolis and learned even more up at the college, and then quit the college because they didn't like me apparently going far with magic and technology together. So now I have this place. It's mine, and I am enjoying every minute. I've got a shop set up in Elysia. I've got a shop set up here, and I am very close to opening a shop over over on Korea, actually. Little one of the main cities in the foreign empire. So it'll be good. It'll be good. I need to get my feet in
Wonderful.
over there, get some of my architects out and in the cities. My biggest seller right now is the carts, the monorail system that I've got going up there. I've got one of those over in. You ever heard of Malprai?
Yes, of course. I've been there on several occasions.
Yeah. I've had. That was one of my biggest sellers over there. It was fun. I've got most of this city having their own water sources in their own houses, so there's no need to go out to the wells anymore. Um, and he pulls out that same device, the crystalline device with the metal wrapped around it. And of course, I got my crystal transmitter that I'm still trying to perfect. Almost there, but this allows me to communicate with anyone else who I get the attuned gem-mitters from, and it works perfectly for the most part. There's a few hiccups,
Wow.
but I'm still trying to. I'm very close to working that out.
Well, I do hope to continue to pay patronage to your establishments
Please
in the
do.
future.
I'd love to see this little one when she's up and running again. And um, it's been a while since I've seen an automaton like yourself.
Oh, perfect.
A couple years ago,
It's been a while since I've been about.
a couple years ago, there was one that came through here, but yeah, good.
Ask about that.
Caw.
Wait,
Caw-caw.
you say there was an automaton that came through here a while ago?
Yeah. Interesting, interesting fellow. He had I should say. I don't think it went by a gender. Um,
It
it was
depends on
mostly
how old it was.
that's fair. It was mostly made up of like scrap metal almost, affixed to
Yeah.
some sort of device, some sort of orb or something like that in the center. It's really weird, really cool.
I may know a thing or two about that automaton you're referring to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you
Did,
happen to
did
guess
this
where he was
automaton
going?
have a name?
Pray tell, it was a good thing that you may have just briefly met him and that he didn't stay and make you one of his collection.
No, he's not talking about.
Huh. That's weird to hear.
He's talking about one of
Yes,
Donko's brothers.
Yeah, there's 10 of
Yeah,
us.
I
buddy.
know.
it's
They're
as
all a
far as
little
I know,
quirky. I built them.
as far as I know, this individual went by it's a name or a title, um, but it called itself Drifter.
Drifter. Mysterious.
Thank you. I very much appreciate this information.
Of course. And no idea where it went, but it came into town, got some more scrap metal from me, and then left.
Perfect.
Haven't seen it since. That was about 3 years ago, I think.
Right.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
But
Thank you so much.
anyway, you guys have the great rest of your day. I'm assuming you put the anvil and everything in your bag of holding.
Yes.
And yeah, come back on by. Again, if you want to look into more of my crystal transmitters, we've got a sale going on right now. If you buy multiple, you get 50 gold discount on each. So
What are the crystal transmitters each? With even with it, this
they're 750 a piece normally, but you get the 50 gold discount each if you buy multiple. We call it like a family or party plan. So, anyway, thank you guys for coming. I gotta get back
Yeah.
to a few things in here, so
Of
Good one.
course. Yes. We'll be on our way.
you guys have
Unless you need anything else,
story.
Chance.
No, I think I'm good here.
All right.
Chance, you're looking at those crystal transmitters and your phone in your pocket. You have something that looks like a smaller version of those.
Hmm.
The crystal that your mom gave you to communicate while you were on Mount Pry. It's very, very similar, but it's just a passing thought as you are exiting the building, exiting the shop.
I may have to come back here later, possibly. Just need to think on it.
So
Did he
briefly,
say
I
he
know
could communicate with anyone through those stones as long as he has like the right resonation, basically?
See. Yeah.
basically the way I pictured these set up. It's like walking into an Apple store. You have them all like on their individual platforms and whatnot, and you can go over and mess with them. And they're like phones for magic.
What kind of camera this thing got?
75 megapixel. Holy crap! Anyway, as we got away from Chanson Castle, Charles and Wrath head over to Assault and Battery. Walk in, and it smells of polished metal, oils, leather,
Mm.
and there's a dwarven man standing in front of a counter. Hey, what can I get you?
Hello.
Hello, yes. We are
Dwarf.
looking for. Oh, Wrath, you may go ahead.
Don't try to talk over me.
Yeah, show him how it's done.
Anyway, do you have do you have anything really big and really heavy, really sharp?
I have things that are all of those, yes. And he turns, and you see along the wall there is like this massive sword that's like 3 times larger than swords that you carry. And then below it, there are great swords, great axes, of all shapes and sizes, and all of that.
Do you have anything magical or just really special?
He kind of chuckles. I have a few things that are quite special, yes. And he walks over and grabs one of those great swords, lifts it off. This one is very special to me. Handed down from my grandfather. Good blade. Sell it for 25 gold.
Can I hold it?
Sure, of course.
And I'll
Hands to
take
you.
it. I'll kind of swing it around a little bit and lift it.
It's a little
What do I
off
think?
balance, but it's okay. It's not the worst blade or I've ever held.
Dwarf, this is
You
the
muted,
worst
Max.
blade.
Charles has detect
I have
magic.
ever
Is he detecting any magic in this place?
No, you don't detect any magic.
Pure
Charles will
blacksmith
mentally communicate to Wrath just real quick. It's like, a lot of nice swords. Nothing's magic here, though.
So is this the big sword you're talking about?
No, this is another one. It's finely made in the way of detailed, intricate work, but you can tell by hefting it that it's too front heavy. Not enough balance with the between the blade and the pommel. So it wouldn't do anything too crazy, but it would maybe throw off some swings. It's it's a nice looking blade, but maybe not for combat.
Dwarf, can I hold the big one?
Big Mama.
Big mama.
I can't reach that. You want to try and get that down?
That's tall.
Yeah,
And long
I'll
arms.
try to get it down.
Make a strength check for me as you.
He's got 23
Right.
strength.
I know.
Big. Are we talking like Guts Berserker sword?
I'm thinking
Like,
this
wide?
Clouds Buster Sword.
Buster sword?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
gonna rage just so I get advantage.
All right, go
So
for it.
before I go to grab it, I'm just gonna be like, "Ah!" just for no reason. 18.
You reach up and you can reach it. The handle is about this big around.
So my hands
So-
fit around it.
Clearly. You lift and you can get it off of one of the pegs, but the other one, if you get it off the other peg, it'll just fall down. So you're worried about getting it off, so you just put it right back on the other peg. It is a heavy sucker.
So as I put it back down, then I'll be like, oh, yep, don't want to hurt my back with that one.
I get you. One of the
Right.
magic folk put it up there for me.
Nice. Well, looks like you've got a lot of good stuff in here, but maybe I'll come back another time.
Whatever you say, big guy. What can I get you now? And he turns, like, ignoring Wrath completely, going back to Charles.
Oh, nothing. I'm just here with him.
Okay.
All right, little
Let me know if
Charles,
you,
let's go.
guys- Let me know if you need anything.
Remember the Scamelian longsword?
Oh, right.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
we get a normal
That's
scale
right.
mail and longsword?
Sure, I can get that down for you. And he reaches in and grabs those. Go ahead and pay the price that is in the the player's handbook.
All right. I will mark that off my inventory. Scale mail is 50. By the way, if Castle's gonna make, well, 10 sets of scale mail, that's 500 gold. So, like, we could just buy 10, like, technically, but, and it would have
Does
cost
it
the same
for
as
him? Does it
making-
cost the exact same to make it?
Yes. Well, I mean, he bought all of that for 500.
Yeah, but materials and usually materials are cheaper than the product
Would
That's
he
how
be
you
able
make
to
a
have
profit.
materials after?
And he
Mhm.
has an anvil now.
Yeah. Usually doesn't cost the same in materials to make something than you'd sell it for.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no one would make any money ever.
There might be some. You might be able to get away with making it for less than you can buy it for. Depending on the rolls that castle makes and for tinkering and whatnot.
All right.
All right, Charles. Well, hold my hand now. We're gonna go cross the street. And I'll look over at the dwarf and I'll be like, "Kids, am I right?"
He's got this smirk on his face and all right, turns around and goes back to his work as you guys leave.
Wrath gets
I
so
am
much out of that.
this close. This close.
Uh,
From casting telekinesis on you and just lifting you in the air.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
I can just picture a Scanlan and Grog. No, not Scanlan. Terry and Grog moment with Charles and Wrath, where they're in a store and all of a sudden they just kill 2 guards on accident or something. Oh my gosh. Anyway, or they cause some sort of chaos.
I'll say after a little while, you guys meet back up in the main main square down here, maybe next to the fountain. You can see Arcanotech Industries, the bazaar around you, and as you gather back together to discuss what you guys have found, what the things that you managed to purchase, and the next steps on this journey. We're going to end the night there. I am so sorry I went late.
That's all right.
Shopping
Okay.
episodes always do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to do a shopping episode, but you know,
Ah well.
I'll make up for it next time by killing one of you. Sound good?
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one, okay?
Okay.
You
Alright.
too,
Thank
see you
you.
guys.
Catch y'all later.